Misty Dotson. Misty Dotson is case number 23706.
He can get all these, Josh. It's my drug screen through the report.
Okay, these are reports copies to keep. So good report from Marshall Health.
Thank you.
And just part of your testing, so very good. You've done your community service. You just have to pay off your fines and continue with your counseling as you are doing. Can you make any kind of payment today on your fines?
It will be Friday,
Okay, how much will you pay then?
20.
Okay, I'll set you for February 24th.
Thank you.
That's a Monday. February 24th at 9 o'clock for next hearing. Jaron Edgington, 231190.
Your Honor, if I may, I have a note that Mr. Edgington was ordered on December 30th to be here on January 4th for community service, and he has not been here.
What say you, Mr. Edgington?
I couldn't get up here that day on the 4th, that Saturday. I was sick, and then two, I couldn't get a ride up here. Because when I went to, you gave me permission to drive my car for like work and other things. And then when I went to drive it, I got pulled over for not having my tags. And then when I went to get my tags, they said I couldn't get my tags until, but I actually just landed a job, so I should be able to get up here more often for my community service.
You live in Portsmouth?
Yeah, I live in like New Boston, Portsmouth.
Okay.
And I can pay some of my fines today.
Well, you can do your community service in Portsmouth if you wish. You should. Did you get in touch with Mr. Cooper about not being here?
No, I
Okay.
didn't know.
I'm gonna put you in the holding cell while I think about what to do with you. Commanded into custody this time for not reporting when you're ordered to. Stephen Fletcher, 23705.
Now,
Yes.
you need this.
It's a RRS. You. Okay. Successful completion of firm at RRS. And it's a good report that came with it too, so very good. You said you did your community service and done extra toward your fine, so you just have to continue to either work or pay until those are concluded. Are you making any payment today?
Yes,
And
50.
some of this was, quite a bit of it was restitution, actually.
Yep,
What are you paying today?
50.
Okay, so you start to make your payment. Are you working, sir?
Barely right now.
Okay.
I do another drug test on Monday for a machine factory.
For a job
Yep.
application? So at this point, it doesn't matter if it's Mondays or Fridays when you come
No,
out?
sir.
Okay. I'm going to make it exactly 1 month then. March 3rd will be your next hearing, and that is on a Monday.
Okay.
March 3rd, 9 a.m. is your next hearing. See the clerk to make your $50 payment.
Thank you.
Anthony Gianmarco, 24,724. Mr. Gianmarco says 700. You may approach this report, please. Thank you. So now you're on intensive outpatient, right?
We had a recent relapse, so he's back in PHP.
Okay. And Are you doing MAT? Are you doing any kind of medically assisted treatment?
Yeah, the subucate shot. I get the subucate shot.
Okay. And I'm assuming from what I see in the report, you didn't have a prescription for gabapentin?
No, I had an old prescription, but not a current one, no.
Okay. All right, well, we'll wait on, so he's not able to do community service right now?
Not right now.
Okay. We'll wait, we'll come back in another month and see where we are. March 3rd will be your next hearing, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ron.
Mandy Jo Hall, 24116. Is that Lawrence County Recovery?
I just paid on my fine online. I didn't know that you guys didn't take card.
Okay. How much did you pay?
I paid 20 and I get paid again today.
Okay, so you're working now?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, Giovanni's and Colgrove, I see it in the report.
Yep.
Good. Okay, looks like things are going well. Good report. I'm gonna set your hearing for, and I assume it doesn't matter if it's Mondays or Fridays for you. I'm gonna make it Monday, March 10th. Is your next hearing at 9 o'clock. Regina Hudson, 23,581, 23,1382. You did quite a bit of community service this last time, very good.
Pardon me?
You did quite a bit of community service since your last hearing, so that's good. And that's, you got it all finished.
I can't hear you, Judge.
You just owe your fines now.
Yes,
Okay. Can you pay anything on your
I
fine?
can pay some Friday.
Okay. We'll work with you.
Okay, thank you for that, Judge.
I'll set you for March 10th also.
Okay,
Mr. Cooper will read you the right date. March 10th, 9 o'clock. Kenny Ingalls is here. He is at Bethesda. 24,662, 663, 24,546, 19,847, and 18,1289.
come and get you, take you home with me.
Okay, it's a good report. Sounds like he has identified what some of the issues were, is working on it. I like the tie,
Thank you.
it's good.
The new improved.
Good. All right, good work, and you're at Common Pleas too, right? You got something going on down there, or not?
No, sir.
Okay, just here. All right, we'll see you back in a month, March 3rd. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. James McClellan. 21,682 and 18,1168, 16,3521. Is that hometown?
Yes, sir.
So it just started really, right?
Yes.
So just getting started, but it says, so far so good, that's the way I read it.
So far, so
So.
good.
Yes, he's doing well so far.
And is this inpatient or outpatient, Lisa?
Inpatient.
Inpatient, okay. Well, we can wait, so you can't, just starting, this wasn't ordered by the court, did another court order you, or did you do this on your own?
On my own.
Okay. We'll wait on your fines and court costs and community service
All
to
right.
get this done, so.
All right, thanks.
I'll set you for March 10th as your next hearing.
All right, thank you, sir.
Good luck. March 10th, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Kelly Mintz.
Your Honor, I think I forgot to call her Kelly Mintz.
Kelly Mintz here.
Kelly Mintz.
Kelly Mintz has been called for, has not appeared. There'll be a warrant issued for failure to appear. Oh, okay. We have some guests that I failed to recognize from Nationwide Children's Hospital, is that right? Yeah, okay. So, usually I do that before we start the reviews. I didn't recognize that we had a guest today, so I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell you what their firm is. They're doing a research project statewide. It's not just this court, but they come here pretty regularly to get people to, if you're interested, volunteer. You won't be voluntold, you'll have to volunteer. I can't make you do it, I don't want to make you do it, but if you do this program, you get paid for it. And it could result in some good helping with the substance use crisis in our state. So I'll let you introduce yourself and tell them more about what you're here doing.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Hello, everyone. My name is Natalie. I'm a researcher for Nationwide Children's Hospital over in Columbus. My colleague and I have come here about twice a month for a little bit now. We're currently running a study called the Overdose Prevention Course Study. We're testing a strategy for reducing overdoses, specifically among people involved with the courts. And we travel to courts all throughout the state of Ohio. Participation on your end just consists of taking surveys. You would enroll with me today, and that would take about 15-20 minutes. Each survey that you take is paid, but this is the only time that you meet in person for the survey. All other surveys in the future will be taken either through text or email, so it's convenient in that way. Again, it is voluntary. You do not have to participate. It's confidential, so any information you share with me is not directly shared back to the court, and we really want to emphasize that. And then again, each survey you take is paid. If anyone has any questions or if you're interested, I will be just past kind of the probation area, the probation office at the desks, past the bathrooms. But thank you again for your time.
So if you want to participate when you get finished in court, go down the West Hall way. They'll be there, she'll be there. You can talk to her about it. If you do it or don't do it, I won't know. They don't tell me. Hopefully when the thing is over, I'll see the results from all over the state, but they're not going to say, Joe Smith told us you were really a bad guy. I'm not going to see that. You can say whatever you want to them, and then it's not going to come back to me. Other than the general data, I'll see the general data hopefully when it's finished. So call the rest of the reviews.
Harold Moore, William Rice, Jarrett Romans, Carolyn Slack, Ben Smith, Mark Wells, Anthony Rudlisky.
Okay, Harold Moore is here, 23-1259 and 23-550.
Your Honor, if I may, he's on home confinement in West Virginia.
Okay.
And he called me last week or the week before and asked about his community service. He has turned 20 hours community service in this morning. I do have to verify. It does not look nonprofit, but I talked to him about it, and I'm gonna call the home confinement and see if they approve it.
And I told him if it's not, I didn't know about the nonprofit, so if it's not, I found a food bank that's by where I live, and I'll just do it there. I honestly didn't know. I was doing like handicap ramps and stuff in people's houses for wintertime, so I thought.
And it may have been something, a project they had going on. I don't know, so I'm gonna call
Well,
verify.
it wasn't through home confinement, it was through the clubhouse where I do my meetings. You know, I completed long-term rehab, but he's not a nonprofit.
Mr. Cooper, and then if you all can't agree, you can bring it back to me and I'll make a decision. But
Either way,
what he says goes.
Either way, if I have to, I'll do it at the food bank, so.
Okay. All right, can you pay anything on your?
I made a payment Friday.
Online or?
Yeah, online.
Oh, it did show up today. It takes about a day.
Yeah, I was worried because it kept saying pending yesterday. He told me it showed up this morning, so.
Okay, it shows up. Okay, and you can be here Mondays or Fridays?
Mondays is better for me. I work third shift, 6 days a week.
March 10th then. March 10th will be your next hearing at 9 o'clock. That's a Monday. 3/10, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
You are. William Rice. William Rice is 20, 24, 64, and 18, 25, 48. He's been called for, hasn't appeared, will be a warrant issue for court review. Jarrett Romans.
How are you, Your Honor?
I'm good, how are you?
Doing good.
23, 648. Okay, and it looks like all you had to do was the dip school?
Yes, sir.
And are you still working on that? Or
Yes,
where
sir.
are you?
I did not have the funds to complete it last month. I'm still working on saving up to be able to complete it. Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have a date when you think you'll get it done?
I should be able to have it done by the end of March.
Okay. That's the only thing you've got left to do, so. I'm gonna set you for March 31st, so.
Alrighty.
That gives you till then. If you get that completed and a report filed with the court saying you were successful, you don't have to come back.
Alrighty, thank you, Your Honor.
March 31st, 9 a.m.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Carolyn Rayburn.
In Slack, I think you have one file under Rayburn, one under Slack.
Okay, they have written Slack above it, so. 12, 18, 11, 10, 53. You just have fines to pay.
Yes, sir, I've got 100 to pay today.
Yeah, see the clerk make that payment. I'll set you for March the 3rd,
All right, at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Thank you, sir.
Once you get these paid off, you will
Be finished.
coming.
Okay, I'm getting close. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Ben Smith, 23,662.
May I approach?
Yes. Is he completed?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, it's a letter of completion for Ben Smith, and he's done everything else. He's done his community service and paid his fines, so his case is completed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mark Wells, 2753, 2014, 17/12/73, and you did make a payment today. March 3rd will be your next hearing, Mr. Wells, 9 o'clock.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Anthony Warbolewski.
Roleski, sir.
Robolewski, okay. I thought I was pretty close. Yes. Is that Shawnee?
Roleski. W.
Okay, it sounds like a little bit of a rough start at first, but it's doing well now.
Yes, Your Honor.
Had a sneeze coming on.
Bless you.
Okay. So he can't pay anything on his fines at this point. We'll continue
He
it.
did.
I will.
He said he can pay $10,
Oh,
but he
okay.
is in residential treatment, so
All
he's not
right.
working or anything.
See the clerk, make your payment, and I'll set your next hearing March the 14th. That's Friday, March 14th. 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your
Good
Honor.
job. That finishes the reviews. Next, we're going to start the arraignment hearings. So arraignments are new cases. So anyone out in the lobby that's got a new case, you need to come in the courtroom now. So when your name is called, come up to the table to your right, stand there, and I'm going to go over the charges with you. You have a right to remain silent. I'm explaining the rights of defendants now, so this applies to everybody. I'm happy to go over it again once you're called up, but this is generally what applies to everyone that has a criminal charge. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to remain silent under the Fourth Amendment. You have a right, Fifth Amendment, you have a right to have a lawyer. You have a lawyer appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail. You have a right to make the state prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. If you enter a guilty plea or a no contest plea, you're waiving those rights. So the safest plea that you can enter is always not guilty. Not guilty preserves all the rights you have as a defendant. You're waiving those rights by entering a guilty or no contest plea. So don't do that if you don't understand what's happening. If you're confused, if you don't really know what to do, not guilty should be your choice for a plea. If you want to talk to a lawyer, of course, enter a not guilty plea. Or if you want a trial, you want to make the state prove the charge against you, which is your right, you should enter a not guilty plea. That's the first case.
State of Ohio versus Kelly J. Fitzpatrick, case number TRD 142795.
Okay, this is a really old case, so it looks like you never appeared. Are you Kelly J. Fitzpatrick?
Yes. I actually just found out that I had it, so I called and they told me to come today.
Okay. And it's Kelly Jordan Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Is that right? This alleges that on July the 15th of 2014 at 1:51 p.m. in Perry Township, you were driving a vehicle with a license that was suspended. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. The maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine, and that the tags on the vehicle were expired. That's a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is $150 fine.
Okay.
Do you understand the two charges?
Yes.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
How do you plead to these charges?
Guilty.
Guilty means you're admitting it's true. By doing that, you waive the right to have a trial and have a lawyer. You understand that? Okay. I'm going to go ahead. The officer, did file a report. I'm going to read that into the record, and then if you want to make a statement, you can.
Okay.
You don't have to. This is State Highway Patrol citation. It says, officer says, I noticed the driver traveling east on US 52 near milepost 16 with an expired West Virginia plate. Showed expired in February 2014. When I stopped the driver, she stated her driver's license were suspended for not having insurance, and she still didn't have insurance on the vehicle, and she knew her tag was expired. Stated she was on her way to West Virginia to get her WIC, I think it is WIC.
Yeah, formula for my daughter, yeah.
And was coming from her grandmother's home in Kentucky. Was cited for driving under suspension and expired tag. And then it looks like you didn't show up for court when you were cited in July the 18th at 9 a.m. You failed to appear. You're lucky you didn't get arrested because there was a habeas issue.
Yeah, I don't know how I didn't either, honestly. I've been through
So
here.
what caused you to be here today?
So I saw on Facebook there was a link for warrants in Ohio, and I just clicked on it and it showed my name, so I called and she's like, my gosh, you can just come in on Monday.
Okay.
But yeah, all that was true. I had my daughter July the 10th, and I kind of just did it, like I had to take what I got because she had to have formula, so.
She's 10 now.
Yeah.
Do you have your driver's license now?
Yes.
So it's valid?
Yeah.
Okay. You have it with you?
Yeah.
Can I see it?
And I have insurance.
Did you have insurance back then?
After that happened, yes.
Okay. Yeah, this was issued on October 5th of 2021.
Yeah, I moved from West Virginia back to Kentucky, so it was reissued.
Yeah, I'll get a copy, put the file.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, do you have an explanation for not coming to court?
No, honestly, I forgot about even having the ticket. I had a bad childbirth, and I honestly forgot I was even pulled over.
Okay. you're living where now?
Ashland, Kentucky.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell me before I send you? Okay. All right, under driving under suspension, I'm going to have to give you a little more than I would if you would have come back.
I understand.
2014. So I'm going to give you a $200 fine.
Okay,
Were you to pay the court costs?
okay,
I'm going to give you 10 days in jail, but I'm going to suspend all of it.
okay,
So, but I'm going to worry that you do a couple of days of community service. So we
Okay.
have a community service program here at the court, so you can come in and do that any day but Sunday at 7:30 a.m. and usually from 7:30 to 2:30ish, it's community service. 2 of those days. I'll give you 2 years of probation, and I'll make the level 5 probation. So it's non-reporting other than I'm going to give you a review hearing date. And if you get it all done before then, you don't have to come back.
okay,
If you don't do it and don't come back, you'll wind up getting a warrant again.
okay,
I mean, you had a case before, which is a little different, but there'll be a warrant for not appearing. So, August the 4th will be your review hearing, so it gives you almost all, from now through the rest of the summer to get it done.
okay,
9 a.m., August the 4th, and you've got to meet with the probation officer, whose name is John Major. So when you leave the courtroom and go out in the lobby, 90-degree left turn, that open counter in front of you is the probation office. He'll be in there, go talk to him. There'll be some things for you to sign, get paper, copies of paperwork, and you're free to go. Let's see, there was another charge too. On the registration violation, I'll impose a $30 fine.
okay.
And you can pay online, or you can pay the clerk today in person. Do you have any questions? See Mr. Mayor, get this done before August the 4th,
Okay,
and it'll all be good.
all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Ty Grantham, case number TRC 23, 1258 A and B.
Ty Grantham.
Yes, Your Honor.
And this was on a failure to appear for a review hearing on a, looks like an OBI conviction, and you had a review hearing on May 31st of 2024, and the record showing you didn't appear then. You admit or deny that?
I admit it. I thought it was over because I pleaded no contest my last time here.
Okay, yeah, you were found guilty and ordered to do some things. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and it doesn't look like you've done anything. Is that right?
I've done the class.
Yeah?
I paid my fines,
When did you pay your fine?
months ago, like 3 months ago.
It's not showing up on the record.
On the state?
I'm not showing any payment. Does he have other cases, or, we'll look it up and see. Did you have another case that, because it goes on the oldest case first. You made a payment.
I just had that one case, Your Honor.
I'm not showing anything's been paid on this case. Did you pay it in person, or give it to
At
somebody
the
else?
DMV, I didn't pay the court fines, not yet.
Oh.
I can
Well,
pay
you paid the BMV, you had fines and court costs to pay. You haven't paid anything on those.
I'll pay those today, Your Honor.
Do you have an explanation? Well, first of all, do you admit or deny that you failed to appear for your review?
I admit I failed to appear.
Do you have a reason for not appearing?
I just thought it was over after I pleaded no contest the last
Why
time.
would you think it was over? I'm looking at the judgment entry. You pled no contest, but you were found guilty and had a $600 fine. You had to go to the driver intervention program. You had to do community service, 5 days of community service.
I haven't done the community service yet, Your Honor.
I'm sure you haven't done anything. Okay. All right, I'm going to consider this, and while I'm considering it, you're going to be placed in custody. See, there's a jail cell in the back, folks, so that's where he's going to go while court's pending.
State State of Ohio versus Michael W. Brzezwinski, case number CRB 24176.
Okay, this was set for sentencing on April 22nd. And you were supposed to be here then, so as you didn't appear, and a warrant had been issued for failure to appear. Is that correct,
Yes, sir.
sir? You were ordered to do an assessment with OBP Recovery Center, and I got a letter from them dated April 19th saying you did not show up for your scheduled appointment.
Right.
We weren't able to reach you for a follow-up.
Right. Yeah, I went to a hometown in Ironton. I'm currently enrolled in JFT over here in South Point Recovery House.
Okay. He's going into custody too. He did not comply with the court's order, so he's going into custody.
Yeah.
State of Ohio versus Carla Estep Parsons, or Carla Parsons Estep, case number TRC 154712, and CRB 15995.
Okay, this was set for a review hearing January 27th,
Yes, sir.
and you failed to put it in.
Yes, sir. I had a death in the family.
Okay. And you have done quite a bit of community service toward taking care of your case.
Yes.
So, you know what, hasn't been that long, so
Right.
I will accept your excuse.
Thank you, sir.
So, are you able to pay anything today, or you gotta keep doing community service?
I could do both, actually.
Okay,
I
you
can,
can pay something today?
Yeah, I can make a payment.
How much you gotta pay?
I don't have any cash on me. I could pay 20 with my debit card. There's a little card out there that has the address to do that, right?
No, you have, we only take cash or certified checks here. You can go to an ATM though,
Yeah.
so I'm not too far away from here.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Get some money and come back, so I'll put you down for 20 today.
Okay.
Take that to the clerk. I'll withdraw the warrant.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, I don't think it actually had been issued yet. It would have been issued today, so
Okay.
it won't be issued now.
Thank you.
And I'll give you another review hearing date.
All right.
We'll make it, are you working?
Yes, I work Monday through Friday.
Which is your best day to come to court?
Friday.
Fridays are better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, March 14th.
All
That's
right.
Friday. 9 o'clock, March 14th. Go get the $20 and bring it to the clerk, and you're free to go.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
You too.
State of Ohio versus Adria Price, case number CRB 2557, CRB 24693.
This is, we need Mr. Smith. Report to him. Roger Smith, yes. You have a new charge, Mr. Smith?
I've heard, Judge, I've not seen it yet, but I heard what it was, though.
It's a violation protection order. You've seen it now. Do you wish me to read it into the record?
No, just wait, Brady, may we approach
Yes.
Mr. Midline?
Well, there's a denial.
Yes, Judge.
Of some sort here today, and that'll be figured out later as to exactly how that denial will be entered of the record.
Yes. I'll try to talk to you. Sorry, Your Honor.
All right, so let the state give their position on bond.
Your Honor, I know the court's aware that this is an ongoing thing and has been for quite a while. The allegations here are, ongoing problems between Ms. Price and her neighbors who are, I think, rightfully very upset and worried about the situation, considering the fact that there have been guns involved in the prior situations. We understand that there's already been a plea on the prior case, and we're waiting an evaluation. But we think that the situation is elevated to the point where safety requires that she be put into custody in the Lawrence County Jail or someplace that's away from the individuals who are the alleged victims in this, just to make sure that there aren't any more serious problems that arise.
Your Honor, it's of course our position that she's not violated a protection order. She has a hearing coming up in the 21st, less than 3 weeks in this court. I would ask that she remained on bond, look at the totality of the circumstances where we are still waiting evaluation. I don't think she needs to be incarcerated.
I'm going to agree with the defense on this, and it's a very technical violation. But it is alleged to be a technical violation. She needs to be very strict about her compliance. She has a bond up. I'm going to continue that.
Thank you, Judge.
Next hearing will be February 21st for a pretrial at 10 o'clock, and then you'll by then figure out what kind of...
I'm going to follow up immediately to see where we're at on the other case so we can hopefully get these results.
And file something with the court.
Yes, sir.
As to your answer for this charge.
For this charge, I will.
February 21st at 10 o'clock is the next one.
State of Ohio versus Reese Frazier, case number CRB 2558.
Sir, are you Reese Frazier?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Frazier, it's alleged in case number 2558 that on February the 1st, 2025 in Fayette Township, you purposely deprived Walmart of property without their consent. That's a first-degree misdemeanor theft charge. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead with this charge?
Not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
I'm gonna hire one.
Okay. How much time do you need to do that?
Just a few weeks, Your Honor.
Are you working, sir?
Yes, sir.
Well, we're going to come back to court. Usually it's going to be Mondays or Fridays unless there's a holiday involved. Do you have a preference as to which date would be better for you?
Fridays should be good.
Fridays are better?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to make it February 28th. That's a Friday, February 28th. For a pretrial at 10 o'clock. And you posted a bond, so your bond's continued. Not guilty plea is there for you. And making a note that you will hire a lawyer.
Sir.
Any questions, sir?
Be it, Your Honor.
Okay, be back here February 28th at 10, unless your lawyer says they've made arrangements for a different date, then come in.
Will do, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're free to go.
Your Honor, I'm ready to go to Lawrence County Jail.
Okay, we have some hearings at the jail.
State of Ohio versus Philip Kazad, case number CRB 24815, CRA 2553A and D, CRB 2554, and James Eastman is on deck.
This is Mr. Steyer's case, I believe.
Your Honor, this matter was arraigned on Friday. At that time, Mr. Kazad didn't feel he was able to meet cash or surety bonds that the state was looking for. So what we did was we sent him back for today with the intention of having him looked at for treatment, which, did you get a chance to talk to him?
No, the jail has been like, not.
Okay, so she's not been able to speak to him. If we could maybe call it later in the docket, if she could do an initial intake, we might be able to, so he can hear me, I'm gonna tell him that the state has indicated that if he were to be accepted into inpatient treatment, they would agree to an ankle monitor and, an OR bond. And then we could.
Ankle monitor.
Did you want an ankle monitor on that?
I think it's appropriate, and
No, they didn't have one on him last week.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they got one.
Your Honor, and we would like for him to be able to go to treatment. We have not made a final decision about whether we would want to take these cases to the grand jury or not. The assaults involve law enforcement officers, and I want to get their input on whether we can keep them here and deal with them as misdemeanors or not. But we're okay with him going to treatment with GPS monitor.
So for the moment, what we'd like to do is ask that the case be recalled to give Ms. Lewis a chance to speak to him at the jail and maybe have a little more information on where we are.
Case will be recalled later in the docket to decide what his bond's going to be set at, where he's going to be staying.
Thank you.
Is there ankle monitors available?
I believe so, but I'm not, I'll check.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus James Eastman, case number TRC 23-1864, A, B, and C. Belinda Fuller is on deck.
All right, James Easton is before the court. This was set for a bench warrant, or had a bench warrant issued back in the end of October for failure to appear for a review hearing. This is on an ODI conviction. All right, so Mr. Eastman, it's alleged you didn't appear for a review hearing. Do you admit or deny that?
I was unaware of that. I had one. I came down to the courthouse there after I was released back in August, and nobody had any dates. And I spoke with the clerk's office and the probation officer, and there was no court dates for me to return as far as they was telling me. So I was unaware that I was supposed to have been down there.
Okay, I'll take that as a not guilty plea. Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
No, sir.
Well, you're probably going to need one.
I'm just saying, I wasn't aware that I was needed to be down here, so.
Well, I'm looking at your judgment entry. This court speaks through its record. That's the judgment entry, is the record. And at the very bottom, it says, your next hearings are, October 10/11/2024, 9 a.m. with review hearing before judge. If you do not appear for these hearings, a warrant will be issued and you will be arrested. That's on the record.
Okay.
But if you want to contest it, I'll appoint a lawyer for you.
I don't know what I contest, Your Honor.
Well, that's up to you. You would need to talk to a lawyer about it. I can't be your lawyer. But you told me that you didn't feel like you knew you were supposed to be here. It is in the record of your conviction that you had a review hearing.
Okay.
So, do you want to stick with the not guilty plea, or do you want to change your plea?
Well, if it's on the record, I don't see no reason to file a not guilty plea. I'm here, I didn't know I was even supposed to have been down here, so.
Well, this was from August of 2024. You got a conviction on a prior, OVI with prior convictions. And let me ask you this. Have you done anything on your case since August of 2024 that you were ordered to do?
I started the procedure for the mental health board. I'm still on their waiting list. I've lost 2 jobs since release. And I was this week while I've been sitting in jail, I was supposed to have been getting a process with the Job and Family Services for an employment service.
Okay. I don't see, there's nothing in the file showing me that you've done anything on your case. You had fines and court costs, and you were ordered to get alcohol, drug abuse counseling. And
Yes, that's what the mental health is of home.
And where, you live in London, Ohio?
Correct, that's Madison County.
Okay. Did you get arrested there, or where did you get arrested?
I was picked up at home at my house.
In London?
Yes.
They came to your house and arrested you?
Yeah. The sheriff's department did. I'm not even certain what was going on, but somebody threw my name in the park that I live in, and they run my name, and come up and they knocked on my door. I didn't even know anything was going on.
How long have you been in jail, too?
I've been in jail since last Monday.
Okay. So a week.
Yes.
Well,
And I live with a lady's mobility challenge.
well, you had some jail days that were suspended. Do you want to just serve out the rest of your time in jail, or you want to get out of jail and take care of what you were ordered to do?
I get out of jail and I get this done, and taken care of, so I can move on and get my ribs turned.
Okay, well, let's go over so there's no question about what your obligations are going forward. You were convicted on August the 9th of 2024 of OVI with a prior, and you're under a license suspension, but that, I gave you credit for your prior time you were suspended, so that's actually up. So you can get your license reinstated if this is the only suspension you had. Your suspension was up on December 22nd of 2024. You were ordered to get substance use counseling in your home county. I don't have any proof that you've done any of that. And you had fines and court costs totaling $1,055. Nothing's been paid on those. And that looks like it, what your obligations are. So, I'll send you to time served for not coming to your review hearing. So I'm going to give you another review hearing date.
Okay.
And this is going to be the only notice. So we're not going to call you up the night before or a few days before and say, now remember, you got to be in court. This is it. So let's make it an easy day to remember. One month from today. March the 3rd. So today's February 3rd, March the 3rd.
Okay.
You've got another review hearing. And that's going to be at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
On March the 3rd.
March 3rd.
March 3rd. And You got, I need to see something as to what you're doing on your treatment. Not just mental health. Mental health's good, I encourage you to get that, but you need substance use counseling also.
Well, that's the department that handles that class.
Okay, well, a lot of times it's mixed in together, but that, all you said was mental health, so we need, substance use has to be a part of your treatment.
Okay.
And I need to see that, and pay on your fines and court costs. And that is due on March the 3rd, 9 a.m. So you're gonna get out of jail today after we get the paperwork down to the jail. Do you understand what your obligations are?
Yes, sir.
Any questions about that?
No, sir. Be here March 3rd next month and then have my paperwork from the mental health board.
Here's the other thing, Mr. Easton. You have a probation officer, Mr. Major. He is here Monday through Friday. You can call here. Talk to him if you have questions about what you're supposed to be doing. You can call the clerks if you don't remember what your date is. If you have a smartphone, which everybody does, because I see them on it constantly. You have a phone that'll connect to the internet?
I do.
We have a website, Lawrence County Municipal Court. You can go there. You can plug your name in. Your case will come up. It will tell you what you have to do and when you have to be here. So there's no excuses for not knowing what you have to do and when you need to be here. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And if you don't show up, I have to issue a warrant for you.
Right.
And it sounds like, what county are you in?
Madison.
Madison. You got some tough sheriff and deputy sheriffs in Madison, because I tell you what, I issue a warrant for here. It'll lay there for years until you actually run in and bump into a deputy sheriff and they look at it. Oh, you're Joe Blow. You got a warrant. I'm going to take you to jail. They're not coming to look for you. Now, maybe if you kill somebody, they'll come and look for you, but if you don't come to review, they're not coming to look for you. But it sounds like in Madison County, they're going to come out to your place, fetch you, and take you to the jail. I kind of like that. So you better move from Madison County to Lawrence County or get this stuff done. Those are your two choices. So there's no hiding out in Madison County, it doesn't sound like.
No.
March 3rd, 9 o'clock is your next hearing.
Yes, sir.
State of Ohio versus Belinda Fuller, case number CRB 24624, CRB 21753, and Jessica Young is on deck.
All right, Belinda Fuller is back in custody, and she had been at Bethesda, and there was some problems, wound up going back to jail because of it, and we're looking for solutions. Connie, have you got me a solution?
I found a place in Columbus that would be willing to take her. I sent you a text with the lady's name and number. She needs to speak to you. She said that she could coordinate everything and they would come and pick her up as well.
Okay. And they realize there's mental health issues?
Yes, I told them that it was mental health.
Okay.
But they asked about the substance too. I told them it was dual. So.
Yeah, it's dual, it's both. Okay, Belinda, I'm trying to find you a place that's going to help you. Where I don't want you to sit in jail.
Cannot hear you. I cannot hear.
Okay, well, I'm going to hold you off till the end of the docket. I've got calls at the place in Columbus anyway before I can tell you what could happen. So we'll come back to you at the end of the docket.
State of Ohio versus Jessica Young, Lawrence County Jail, case number TRD 164558.
Ma'am, are you Jessica Young?
Yes.
Ms. Young, I'm Judge Capper. This is your arraignment hearing. The charge against you is that you failed to appear for a review hearing on February the 1st of 2019 on a, what we commonly call hit skip, leaving the scene of an accident conviction.
No, that's not me.
Okay. So you
No,
think,
that's not me. I'm in here because I had this court in Columbus.
are you Jessica Young?
Yeah.
Jessica C. Young?
No. My middle name's Marie.
Okay. What's your date of birth?
8/24/84.
Okay, well, this is a different person.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right, wrong Jessica Young. So we'll pass. You're waiting to go to court in Columbus, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it doesn't look like they got you confused with somebody else, so you don't have any business in this court.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ready to go to some pre-trials, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll come back to the jail. We've got some things to work on, then we'll come back to the jail later.
State of Ohio versus Bonnie L. Walters, case number CRB 24683. Your Honor, I think Mr. Ashworth is.
Oh, okay, this is Special Prosecutor. Mr. Ashworth is on this case, and Mr. McCown is representing Ms. Walters, and it's set for a pretrial today.
That's correct, Your Honor. Your Honor, Mr. Ashworth and I have previously communicated. He wanted to talk to some other individuals in relation to the case. I believe he's done that. He's going to provide me with some additional discovery. So if we could get a pretrial for February 21st, and I think we're going to attempt to resolve it prior to that, or at least come to a resolution.
All right, does that date work for you, Mr. Ashworth?
Yes, Your Honor, it does.
Okay, and we'll set it, you want to set it at 10 or noon?
10, Your Honor.
All right.
That's fine.
February 21st, 10 o'clock, Mr. Ashworth can appear by teleconference. Be a pretrial. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'll just go. Thank you.
Do you have any other cases, Mr. Ashworth?
No, sir, I just want to make sure we were done.
We are, thank you. I was going to get your other cases out. You did.
State of Ohio versus Oleg J. Burgess, case number TRC 24-1833, A and B.
May we approach, Your Honor?
Yes, this is Mr. McCown's case, set for pretrial. Okay, there's an agreement to continue this case to another date for a pretrial of April 4th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Justin Holly, case number CRB 24651.
Mr. McCown's case as a pretrial.
That's correct, Your Honor. I think they were going to call for the individual.
Heather Humphreys.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that the state would like an additional opportunity to speak with the alleged victim in this case. Apparently, she was not subpoenaed, but couldn't miss work today, so they want to talk to her about our conversations that we had with the prosecutor. We'd asked for 2/21, again, if that's okay.
I'm sorry, what was that?
February 21, that'd be
21,
Friday.
that's fine. Next hearing will be February 21st for pretrial at 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Brian Burgess, case number CRB 2537, CRA 23-144.
Mr. DeWaters' case, pretrial. Morning, Judge. Morning.
Your Honor, on this case, we do not have a resolution reached on this. You might recall we were here last week. There has been a divorce filed at this point, so we've got some pre-trials coming up on that, I think tomorrow. I talked to Mr. Heald about the possibility of setting this out about a month to see if the parties could work out their differences through the divorce case. I don't know what his position on that is.
How far out do you want to move it, Chris?
I was going to suggest the 17th of March. That's about 45 days. I did make sure.
And not make any promises.
Yeah. May I approach you?
Yes.
Proposed issue.
All right, so the proposal is to continue this to March 17th, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor, and we want to make clear for everybody that we are giving some space for, apparently they're in a divorce at this time. However, we still consider this to be a very serious situation, particularly because we have a charge that's a felony that we had previously agreed, because the parties agreed, to put that on a 90-day continuance with a dismissal if there were no further problems. Well, there's been further problems, and actually we feel that that really has created a more serious situation. So it could be that we would end up needing to take the felony case to the grand jury. And we're just not to the point where we can make that decision yet. However, since they are in a divorce and there is a protection order, and so we're willing to provide a little bit of space to see if maybe the situation straightens itself out between them, between now and when we come back.
Okay, so,
That's understood, Your Honor, and I've talked to Mr. Burgess about that here.
all right. You're comfortable continuing to March 17th, then?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can come back sooner if you think it's,
I just want to get on with life. I mean, I don't know, just 3 days after he made all these promises to you, he started right back up. I mean,
You're
It's
talking
what
about
it
after the
was,
first charge?
yeah. I mean, it started just 3 days after.
And that's the thing, we feel like there is a history, and we are very aware.
20 years worth it.
Yeah, they've been married for nearly 20 years, Your Honor.
And then the reason he hasn't got in trouble because I haven't never done anything to him except for that first time. And then there's promises and him crying. And I mean, our 8-year-old daughter doesn't even want to see him until he gets help. Because she's witnessed it. I mean, she's witnessed it more than once.
well, maybe we need to come back sooner than the 17th, and that's 6 weeks out.
It's okay with me, I don't care. We've got a divorce pretrial tomorrow, so. I do have some cases here on the 24th, Your Honor, and I've
Set
got...
it for then,
24th?
February 24th. So I'm going to modify the entry to that.
Through this one away.
Okay, next hearing is February 24th, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor. You're welcome. You're good. I'll see you tomorrow. 1 o'clock.
They said 21st. 24th.
State of Ohio versus Stephen McMaster, case number TRC 242457, A, B, C, and D.
Mr. Waters' case, pre-trial.
Yeah. It's up to you.
Your Honor, could I ask to have this called a little later in the docket and let me have a discussion with my client prior to proceeding today?
Do you recall later in the docket?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Norman Thurman, case number TRC 241950, A and B.
Mr. Waters' case, pre-trial.
Your Honor, we did get a suppression motion filed. I brought it with me this morning. I had talked to Mr. Heald about the issues in the case. There's what I think is a very interesting issue related to the breath score. There's an alleged breath score in this case of a .097, I think. And it's my understanding after talking to Mr. Heald, he has an opportunity to review the issues that we've raised. And we don't have any objection to that, if the court doesn't. We could also just go ahead and set it for a suppression hearing, but that would potentially inconvenience the officer for no reason.
Did you give me a copy of the?
I did, it's in there.
Well, we're okay with reviewing the motion, and it's, actually, there's another issue that I don't think you even put in your motion that you want me to look at too. I don't know if
I didn't spell it out specifically, that's correct. And I did talk to Mr. Hill about that this morning.
Well, do we need to have the officer here anyway, or what's,
Well, we could, it's, let's see. It's Trooper Jewell, I can discuss it with him prior, or we can have him here, whatever the court wants us to do.
this is getting to be a September case, it needs to get resolved.
Can I suggest something, Your Honor? Why don't we do this? Why don't we set it for a suppression hearing? Go ahead and set it for the suppression hearing, and then if Mr. Hill and I get it resolved in advance of that, we can always call the trooper off, discuss it with you to see if it's agreeable.
All right, is that 24th day a good day?
That's fine with me if the court's got room.
Set it for a motion hearing on February 24th at noon. Of course, you haven't read the review here, or read the motion yet, but do we know specifically what the issues are going to be?
Yes, I've discussed that with Mr. Hill, and it involves primarily some advisements provided to my client in advance of him submitting to the breath test.
Okay, so no problem with all those issues?
No.
Okay. All right, noon on February 24th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jacob Martin, case number CRB 2516.
Mr. Martin's on Zoom, Your Honor.
All right, this is Mr. McCown's case.
Your Honor, it's my
First pretrial.
Yes, Your Honor. It's my understanding that after discussing it with the prosecutor, that he's looking at continuing for, I think, an additional 60 days at this point with dismissal of cause if there are no further problems.
We have discussed this matter with the alleged victim, and she is agreeable to that. Mr. Martin is out of state now, going to school apparently, and there's no intention by either one of them to have any relationship going forward. So we're agreeable to doing that.
Your Honor, I will be here on April 4th, if that will be okay.
I'll put it down for April the 4th, be dismissed then if there's no further problems. Costs are paid, and he does not have to appear.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Sean Allen Miller, case number CRB 24739, CRD 242365.
Mr. Morford's case, pretrial.
Judge, do you mind if I sit down?
That's fine. we accomplish today?
Judge, I don't know that we can do anything. Mr. Miller wants an opportunity to come in and watch the DVD from Walmart, and due to inclement weather, we've not been able to get him in. If we can have a short continuance, Judge, to allow that to happen.
All right, let me give you some dates. I don't know if it's soon enough, but, or too soon. The 10th next week is good. The 18th, which is a Tuesday though, is good. The 24th is good. So, Monday, Tuesday, Monday for this month.
Judge, how about the 18th?
Okay, that is a Tuesday now, because the 17th is President's Day.
President, gotcha.
Okay, February the 18th be the next hearing for pretrial.
I'm free to get this one. You can call your office and make an appointment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Moore.
State of Ohio versus Brittany Eplin, case number CRB 23589, A and B.
She's at, yes, she's at hometown. And it reads now. Okay. Sorry.
I was hoping I could get some of this today.
Okay. She changed from hometown to Mended Reeds, and I did make a note of that, just to overlook it. And the report says she's doing well.
She is doing well, Your Honor.
Come back in a month,
Please, Your Honor.
March 3rd. For pretrial, 10 o'clock, March 3rd.
You said you was more.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
You won't until you're close to graduation. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Stuart R. Shepherd, case number TRC 242415.
Mr. Smith's case.
It is, Judge. This is our first pretrial. We were awaiting urine screen results. I have those now. I need a couple weeks to talk to my client, I think, and look at some other issues potentially.
Okay, when do you want to come back?
I'm here the 21st without looking, if that's not too crowded, or I could look for another date.
That's okay, 21st will work. February 21st will be the next pretrial at 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Paul Snavely, case number CRB 24318.
Mr. Smith's case for pretrial.
Judge, this is an M4 disorderly conduct. My client's been in treatment since June of last year. He thought he was graduating in January, but something happened with the treatment provider. I spoke with them personally. They say it's going to be a couple more weeks. I don't know if the state's comfortable on an M4 disorderly. He's been in treatment since June, going ahead and dismissing it, or if necessary, we can come back, but he bring a certificate with him maybe on that 21st date. I'd defer to the state how to handle it.
Where's he in treatment?
RRC, Regal Recovery. And they have confirmed he will graduate in the next couple of weeks, so.
It's a paperwork issue.
Yeah.
It's been twice now that it's been a paperwork issue. I've complied, I've done everything I've had to do.
I'm not necessarily against it. I would like to. Do they have a report today?
She's here. She could probably give an oral report, yes.
She's new.
Well, she's familiar with the case. She can update the court and the prosecutor.
He did put in his graduation certificate. It wasn't his fault. It wasn't brought to the office in time for us to get here, but we can graduate him in 2 weeks or if whatever best suits the court. But he has complied and followed all things that he's supposed to, so.
Given that report, it'd be an M4. We'll just dismiss it.
Yeah.
He's been treatment since June.
Well, we're not opposed to it, Your Honor. I don't know how the court feels about it at this point. We've got him almost to the finish line, but it seems like he's done very well.
Yeah, it's just an M4, so I'm okay with it being dismissed.
Okay, so we'll do that.
Appreciate that.
Dismissed, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Stephen McMaster, case number PRC 242457, ABC to deal.
Mr. Dwyer's case for pretrial.
Your Honor, I believe Mr. McMaster wants to change his plea today. He's got an offensive OVI and Mark Lane's violation and a speeding offense.
Okay, and there was also a turn signal violation, it looks like. Yeah, there was.
I'm sorry, it may have been a turn signal violation.
Yeah, there's A, B, C, and D.
Okay. I don't know if Mr. Heald wants to proceed on all the charges. I know he was most interested in the OVI, which Mr. McMaster is changing his plea to.
We're okay with nulling the turn signal and the Mark Lanes, if he pleads to the OVI.
Okay. Mr. McMaster, do you agree with what your attorney has represented to the court?
Yes, sir.
You have a right to make a statement to the court if you wish before sentencing. Do you have anything you want to say?
No, sir.
Are you employed, sir?
Yes.
What do you do?
I work at Richwood Industries.
What?
Richwood Industries.
Okay. What do you do there?
I just work customer service in the office there.
I've heard of that, but I'm not sure what they do.
We make like mining parts for like conveyor belts, that kind of thing.
Okay. And you're living in Proctorville still?
I live in Chesapeake now, in Big Branch.
Okay. There was insurance.
We were able to review the video. Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor, you're reading.
Yeah, I'm just reading the report.
We were able to review the video, both Mr. Heald and I. This was a very cordial encounter. Mr. McMasters didn't appear on the video to be overly intoxicated. He did have a very lengthy discussion with the trooper about the field sobriety testing and the breath testing and things. He was asking basically the trooper for advice on what he should do. The trooper couldn't give him any advice. They ultimately elected not to perform the test, but it wasn't, there was no argument. It was a very cordial encounter, quite a lengthy conversation.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, my usual policy is to give $1,000 fine if there's a refusal, so that's what I'll impose. Order the cost be paid. Will be a 6-month license suspension that started the day of the incident, so you don't have too much longer with your suspension, but it's not self-reinstated. You have to contact the DMV, and there'll be a reinstatement fee you have to pay at least, and then they have other things they want you to do to get your license back. I'll give you a permit to drive for work, community service, go to the driver intervention program until his first, well, until his review hearing. You really should get, as of the end of May, you're going to be able to get your license back. You can do that somewhere else.
Okay.
20 days of jail, all suspended. Order you to do 5 days community service. His review hearing is going to be August the 4th. On the speed offense, where did this happen?
We're on the ramp coming from Huntington. Is that right?
Yeah, right off the Proctorville Bridge.
It's a 35 zone in through there. A lot of people drive a lot faster than 35 even. One of those
This is
people.
going out towards 775?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the speed limit there's 45.
Oh, it's a 45.
Once you leave the bridge, it's probably 35 on the bridge, it's like when you get toward the bypass, I think it's 45 for a while, then it says 75, it turns into 55, or, yeah, 55. Okay, I'll impose a $50 fine on the speed offense. And the other two charges, the lane violation and the turn signal violation are dismissed. He's to see Mr. Major in the probation office about his probation duties paperwork. Any questions, sir?
Nope.
Before you go, after you talk to Mr. Major.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
August 4th is your review.
I wrote that down for him, yeah.
It'll be on his paperwork too.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Trevor DeMint, case number CRB 24344, CRD 231645 A and B, CRA 23514, CRB 21167. Trevor DeMint.
When I checked for him out there, he hadn't checked in yet.
Your Honor, if I may, he's outside, his ankle monitor is going on.
Okay. So that's something we need to take care of.
Yeah, sorry.
How's he doing there, Councilman?
He's doing well.
Good. When did that start?
What? I forgot to charge it last night.
It's low on battery, apparently.
Charged it an hour, so it's
Your Honor, I guess at this point, obviously, we're not ready to stop calling this case, so I would suggest we just get another date as quickly as possible.
March 3rd?
It's one of the women.
Let me make certain I don't have a trial that day, but I believe I'm available. I'm actually already on the dock, so that's perfect day, Your Honor.
March 3rd is the next hearing. Go check in with Mr. Major, he should be able to help with getting that taken care of.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
And, not right this second, obviously, but when we're ready to go back into jail, Mr. Kazad is ready to be called.
March 3rd.
State of Ohio versus Vicky L. Price, case number CRB 24493, CRB 24451, CRB 24470.
Your Honor, we were here about a week ago or so on this matter. After the hearing, Ms. Price texted me, stated that she was terminating my representation. Now, obviously, because I'm court appointed, I can't withdraw from the case without the court's, well, I guess I always couldn't withdraw withdraw without the court's consent, but even more so as a court-appointed attorney. So I'm going to make a motion at this time to withdraw as counsel based on her desire to terminate my representation.
Are you going to represent yourself?
Hopefully I can find another attorney, but really the statute of limitations has run out on this case. This is an M1, it's 6 months. I've been on either in jail or house arrest for 6 months. So I didn't feel that Mr. Sires was representing that adequately.
And if I may, Your Honor,
We've already talked about the case law on that. So.
and as you're aware, and Mr. Hill also is aware, house arrest does not count toward time served credit in the state of Ohio. That's not a situation I agree with, but that is the state of the law. So.
All right, ma'am. If you want to fire Mr. Starr, I'll allow you to do that, but I'm not going to appoint anybody else.
No, I understand that. I'll have to find my own representation.
Okay, your next hearing is a week from today, February the 10th.
Well, then I will have to do that. Thank you.
Here, do you want to write that down? February 10th.
Did you say 10 a.m.?
10 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
State of Ohio versus Justin N. Magari. Case number CRB 24817.
Mr. Stiers, K-S-M-Magari, L-A-G-A-R-E.
He hadn't checked in yet when I looked at the check-in sheet. Let me see if he's up here. Well, give me the courtroom. Your Honor, this matter is, I filed discovery, I've gotten the written discovery. There was reference in the written discovery to a video. That video has not been provided to the state to provide to me. So I'm not complaining that they haven't provided, but at this point we still need the video. So we're going to need a continuance, and I would just leave it to the state how long I think it'll take them to get that video together.
I don't know how long it's going to take. I mean, it could happen today. As far as that goes, I guess a continuance of a week or two would be sufficient.
Okay.
I'm here the 10th.
10th's good.
Okay.
A week.
We'll certainly try to do so, Your Honor. There shouldn't be a real reason for a long delay.
All right. February 10th will be the next hearing at 10 o'clock. Please sit in the courtroom next time, Mr. Levere.
Thank you.
Sorry about that, Judge.
So we need to try to get that video.
State of Ohio versus Chelsea M. Hankins. Case number CRA 24801A and B. This is a preliminary hearing. Mr. Morris.
Hankins is at hometown. Yes, you have a recording. And it's my understanding she's also under the supervision of common pleas.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's a good report. This actually is a felony, which I assume the state's willing to leave here, or, I mean, she obviously has another felony because she's in, my notes are she's in front of Judge Fowler on some case in common pleas.
Well, and that's right, Your Honor, and I think we'd already kind of had a history of monitoring her here based on the other charge, the prior charge in 24 that was the unauthorized. Oh no, that's the one she got indicted on. It might be more efficient for all concerned if we went ahead and acknowledged this one to the grand jury and let this become part of that case. I don't think it would change anything as far as her treatment and whatnot.
Yes, both of these are possession charges.
So it's probably the better way for her, so she doesn't have two different courts that she has to appeal to.
We waive preliminary hearing then, Judge, so she can keep a bond.
Who's your lawyer in common, please? Mr. Morford? Okay, well, that makes it easy. All right, case will be waived to the grand jury and on the bond previously set, which is a OR bond, so just make sure you report and do what you're supposed to do and now please continue your treatment. Okay, you're watching cases bound over to the grand jury.
Just need to sign this. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Tracy D. Dillon, case number CRA 24575, CRB 24576, and TRC 24882.
We got Mr. Steyer and Mr. Morford both.
I think it's Mr. Steyer and Mr. Stratton on these.
Okay.
But we discussed this and Mr. Stratton wasn't going to be here today, but I was. Or am I mistaken? I could be mistaken. Stratton's name's on the docket.
There was an older OBI that Mr. Morford was on that, well, actually it was concluded. No? Well, let's see. I don't know if there's a judgment. There is a judgment in town. It was concluded. It was a review. So.
I think that's what Mr. Stratton's matters. However, at any rate,
That was Mr. Morford. That was 24882. That was Mr. Morford's case. And both you and Mr. Stratton were listed on 24575 and 576 for some reason.
well, at any rate, this matter, I have entered an NGRI on at least part of mine. I think and a suggestion of competency on the felony matter. Mr. Stratton, I believe, has entered an NGRI on his matters, which are all misdemeanors. When we were last here, Ms. Dillon had been taken from the jail to, I think, King's Daughters over in Kentucky, and as far as I'm aware, has not reappeared on the jail list. So I would assume she's still, and I don't think there was a bond here in her. I think that she was taken without a medical OR, just taken as part of treatment out of the jail. So she hasn't shown back up on the jail list. I am left to assume she's still at King's Daughters.
She's not on the jail list.
Okay.
So I think we probably need to just kick this a brief period and reassess where she is.
I'm not sure what else we can do. Hopefully, Mr. Steyer can find her or...
Well, I can talk to the jail. I don't think King's Daughters is going to talk to me without
She went to
a
King's
release.
Daughters, it looks like on January 24th.
We're probably getting to about the end of the time they would keep her there, I would assume. I don't think it's a long-term facility, but...
Okay, next Monday then?
I'm here.
February 10th. Does she have any other cases? See if there's another misdemeanor that we're missing that maybe we should have also. Yeah, there's no E in Tracy.
Just these 324 cases are older ones.
Let's see. Yeah, 24882, those were Mr. Morford's, they're already collected.
It says in the computer, without Steyer, I have to get it. So if that's true or not, and I have Mr. Steyer listed in the computer on the other two cases as well.
All right. Well, apparently when she didn't appear on a review hearing on that OBI, you may have been appointed on that for the failure to appear on the review hearing.
Okay.
Well, in any event, we'll set it for the 10th. We need to find out where she is. She was in rough shape the last time she was in court.
Yes. I was unable to communicate with her.
Actually, she was at the jail, but she was not communicative at all from the jail. But that's why they had to transport her.
State of Ohio versus Rachel Helmer, case number CRA 24518, CRB 24320. I believe she is on Zoom.
Yeah, I think she just became active. She is in sober living at a facility in Columbus. I've had contact since last we were here with the clinical director, I believe, of that facility. She emailed me a report, which I forwarded to you and Mr. Heald by email. This is what we have here is a matter that's been pending for some time. It's an F4, well, it says F4 burglary, it's actually trespass and habitation under that same section from back in August. Ms. Helmer sort of come and gone a few times during that period, but, and we also have the menacing charge I think might have been dealt with already. But anyway, those things are pending. She's in treatment in Columbus, and I've emailed you the report.
When was that?
I emailed it this morning.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I just, about maybe an hour ago.
Okay, I do have it.
Give you an opportunity to read that, Your Honor.
So she's intensive outpatient.
Well, I think it's intensive outpatient, but it's a sort of a sober living community situation. It's not, the place she's living is a closed community.
Sober living facility, so.
Right. I think it's sort of different than what we have set up down here, but I think it's maybe how they do things in Columbus, I'm not certain. My understanding is at this point, she is not permitted to work. She's still in the phase where she's not able to leave to work, but that should be upcoming. I think they said in a few weeks, she'll hit the point where she can get employed. At that time, one of the things we have here is an older case where she owes some fines and some community service. And my hope is that once she gets working, she'll be able to put some money toward those fines, and once she's able to go out, I told her she needs to speak to Mr. Cooper about arranging to do community service up there, since she's about 2.5 hours away. And it's my hope that as long as she eventually starts to make some progress on the old case and continues to give good reports on the new case, she can continue to appear by video. I think, if she's doing well up there, number one, that's to be encouraging too. Sometimes a change of location can be good in a situation like this where we've had ongoing problems. Sometimes a different set of people around you can make a big difference. So keeping her up there, if she's able to fulfill the court's needs, might be better for everybody.
Mr. Hill?
Yeah, we're okay with that for the time being. And one of the things that, and this has gone on maybe a little bit longer than we would normally have taken to make such a decision, but this is a felony, it's a burglary charge, and we have not decided even yet whether we would take it to the grand jury or not. So she needs to, if she wants us to not do that, she needs to make sure that she follows through and doesn't have any problems.
And I've had that discussion with her, that there is still a felony pending. That can always, even if they had made the decision to keep it here, if there's a problem with the treatment, they can then later take it on to the grand jury. So she has a very good reason to keep the case here.
All right, so then I would propose continuing your case for a month, let her continue treatment, come back then and get a report as to how she's doing.
Oh, I'm here March 3rd, which is basically exactly a month.
March 3rd would be the next hearing. As long as she's in active treatment, she can appear by teleconference.
And I'll communicate, you need to communicate that to the treatment facility as well, and I will also send them an email.
Any questions, ma'am?
Can you hear us? Okay, so any questions? All right, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Gary B. Thompson, case number CRA 24570, CRA 24533, CRB 24534, CRB 24553. Gary Thompson.
Okay. And again, last I checked outside, he had not checked in. And I assume he's not reappeared.
This is he has at least 2 felonies pending. He's left treatment without permission to do so. So I'll state my handle it.
Your Honor, I'm looking to that to see whether it would be better to go ahead and take the felonies to the grand jury. The one thing that we have here, though, is a domestic violence charge. It's a misdemeanor, 2 of them. The possession charge, which is an F5, and a receiving charge, which is a misdemeanor, in which we're going to allege $760 in restitution that's due. I think it'd be better if we left those felony charges here for the time being and have a warrant issued from this court.
Okay, the warrants issued from this court for failure to appear.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Lexus A. Anderson, case number TRC 241605, A and B, rise to sit for sentencing.
Good report, there's already been a plea entered here. Been monitoring treatment. This is second offense of the high test.
That's correct, Your Honor. Your Honor, in our negotiations with the state, it was our understanding that the state would recommend treat it as a low end first, based upon sufficient and appropriate progress with the counseling. There were some hiccups earlier on. As the court's aware, there were some issues with her employment. They've been very supportive since those have been addressed. They're actually here today to help support her. And as the court can see from the progress report, she's made exceptionally good strides in this case.
Okay. Mr. Hill, I would be of the opinion just to go ahead and sentence her today, let her continue in treatment and delay imposition of any jail time while we monitor her.
Your Honor, I think that's appropriate.
Your Honor, if I could have just maybe 60 seconds to explain kind of the court's context of that. We understand, Your Honor.
I'm reading the officer's report at this point. US 52, basically.
That's correct, and I can refresh, if the court would like, I can refresh its recollections to the other context.
Okay. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Yes, Your Honor. If the court will recall, when we talked about this initially as to the potential resolution of it, it did not start out with Miss Anderson being the driver. There was actually a designated driver. It was her roommate who was driving the vehicle. Initially, they pulled over when her roommate became extremely ill. They pulled over at Chesapeake, there at the underpass, and her roommate indicated she could not physically continue to drive. It was to South Point. She made the incorrect decision to go ahead and thought that she could get them both back at that point. Her roommate did. I did.
85 miles an hour.
Well, I understand that, Your Honor. But her roommate did. I did speak with her, and her roommate's been here multiple occasions here at court, and she confirmed all of that to me. So, and did have medical treatment as well later on for her condition.
Mr. Hill.
We're more concerned about, obviously, that she's going to follow through with the treatment. Just a month ago when she was here, Your Honor, if you recall, I put in here that you read her the riot act, meaning that you were dissatisfied with her progress at that time. I think she's apparently done better since then because of the report, which I haven't seen, but it sounds like it was a good report. At this point in time, understanding that the court wants to go ahead and sentence her today, and then delay imposition of that, our recommendation would be the mandatory minimums for a second offense high score, which is probably, is it 60 days?
20.
Oh. Oh, yeah, it's a second. So that would be our recommendation. And then the year license suspension.
All right, Ms. Anderson, you have a right to make a statement if you wish to. You're not required to report. Do you have anything you wish to say?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, I know you want to avoid jail, and 99.9% of people do. I've had a few people, strange people who didn't want to do other things to avoid jail, but most people do want to avoid jail. But this is not just going to be for you, but for anybody that is in a similar circumstance to you. On a second offense high test score, the legislature in Ohio said, tells me I have to give you jail time. Now, I know you're trying to avoid it, and it's something to avoid. Because, you know, if you've ever been to the jail momentarily, it's not a nice place to be. So I understand you're wanting to avoid it, but I'm going to put the onus more on you, and it's not just you, but people in your similar circumstances, to do everything that you would have to do if you got a second offense anyway. There's a bunch of other stuff I usually make people do. And the problem that I've had is when I let them go to treatment and then they avoid the jail time because they've done some treatment, then I give them a fine and court costs, and a lot of them don't, you know, kind of blow that off. where we have a hard time getting them to comply. They don't do their community service. They don't pay their fines and court costs. Now it's going to be this way. You're going to have to do that stuff too if you want to avoid the jail time. If you blow off the community service, you blow off paying the fine, you're going to jail. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you still need to do the treatment because, I mean, I agree. I think this is where Mr. Heald is and kind of where I am. We know from people who study substance use issues, putting people in jail alone usually does not fix their substance use problem. I can't say that doesn't work for everybody because I think there are some people that are scared out of it. But for the most part, that's not going to fix. If you've got a substance use problem, and when you're, how old?
25, sir.
25, and you've had 2 OVIs, and one of the last one was with a test score of 224, you've got a substance use problem. So what I want to be convinced of, if I'm not going to give you jail time, is that you're dealing with this and it's never, ever going to happen again because you're doing 85 miles an hour with a blood alcohol almost 3 times the legal limit, putting yourself and whoever else was in the vehicle and everybody out on the highway with you in danger. And I don't want to be responsible for you doing that ever, ever again. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to put the onus on you to continue with your treatment and do this other stuff. Pay your fine, do your community service, and if you don't do it, you're going to jail.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, with a test score of 22 on a second offense, that's going to be a high fine. The maximum is $16.25. I'm not gonna give her the max. I'm gonna make it $1,200. That's pretty high. But I mean, you've got a very responsible job. But this is a test score of 22 is probably at least in the top 10%, maybe the top 5% of scores that we see. That's really drunk. That's really highly intoxicated. So I think that fine is warranted. So $1,200 fine. I'm going to order you to pay the court costs. I'm going to give you, just in case you blow this off and don't do what you're supposed to, I'm going to give you a 5-year license suspension. That's the max. But if you can complete your treatment and come back and do everything, then I'll terminate it.
Sure.
And you got to get at least a year. So you're still within the year. So you should be able to finish your treatment and everything up by August of 2025. If you do, pay your fines and court costs, community service, and I'm convinced it's not going to be a problem,
Not at all.
then I'll terminate your driving suspension. But
Yes,
here's
sir.
the thing, you live in South Point, okay. So anyway, we'll still do it that way.
Okay.
So I'm committing to you to give you the minimum if you do what I want you to do, which is do your treatment, pay your fines and court costs, do your community service. But you're going to have to come back and ask and demonstrate it. Because believe it or not, I have enough people that blow things off. You know, they don't do their community service. They don't pay their fines. So if that happens, you're going to be living with a OL suspension for 5 years. Okay, I'm going to sentence you to 60 days in jail, and I'm going to suspend 40. And I'm going to delay the imposition of at least 20. That's the minimum sentence I'm allowed to give you according to the legislature. And I'm going to delay the imposition of that sentence of your jail time while you continue in treatment and do these other things, community service, pay your fines and costs. And if I if I believe, and if Mr. Hill also agrees, that jail is no longer warranted, then I'll suspend the imposition of that bail, as long as he's on board. If he changes his mind, decides he's not going to practice anymore, they put another prosecutor in here, and he says, Judge, I want her to go to jail, and I still don't give you jail, and he appeals me to the 4th District, I'm going to get reversed. They're going to send it back and say, you got to give her jail. Because that's what the law requires. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So you're giving the chance for a break. Okay, I'm going to give her 60 hours of community service on the ODI. That's what I would usually do. And you're still going to come back, but they're just going to be review hearings now. If you miss a review hearing, it's going to be jail. Okay, so you got to take this seriously.
Yes, sir.
I'll set your review hearing in a month, March 3rd, is your first review hearing, 9 o'clock. And bring me, this is a good report, bring me reports just like this one.
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't want you to go to jail, okay? But whose fault is it going to be if you do go to jail? You.
That's going to be mine.
If you don't do what you're supposed to, then you're going to go to jail. Okay, on the speed, I'm going to give you max on that because that's to 85 and a 55 at 2 o'clock in the morning on US 52. What is US 52 known for?
Speeding.
Who's out there on US 52?
And the highway patrol.
State Highway Patrol.
Yes.
And here, what day of the week was this? August the 4th. Was this on a weekend?
I believe so. Yeah.
You're acting like a young male. I mean, that's the way young males act. What was that meme I just saw recently, which is really true? Males are simple and delusional. And women are, I shouldn't say complicated, but young males act like nothing's going to happen to me. I can get out here and drive on 52 at 85 miles an hour at 2 o'clock in the morning on the weekend while I've been drinking, and nothing's going to happen to me. That's not using your brain. I don't care who's in the car, sick, whatever. That's not smart. Is it?
No.
Okay. You get a $150 fine for that. And I think that's it. Okay, we'll see you in a month. Keep doing what you're doing with your treatment. Bring me a report. Start on your community service. You can work any day but Sunday, and you can actually work on Sundays, but you got to go to the dog pound in Ironton to work on Sundays, and you have to call them and make an appointment. You can't just show up. You have, but they only have so many slots, and you got to make that arrangement in advance. 7:30 a.m. So you work Monday through Friday, right?
Yes, sir.
You need to be out here on Saturdays.
Weekends. Yes, sir.
Any questions? You gotta go see Mr. Major, he's gonna be your probation officer. Mr. Cooper's gonna be here working with on community service. Get this done, learn from it, don't ever do this again. Because the next time, if you get it next time, it's gonna be months in jail. If you go across the river and get one, now, what they do over there, they play a lot of games with it, but they're supposed to give you prison time. On a third offense OVI, you're supposed to go to prison in West Virginia. It's a felony. So, you're on the edge. You've messed up enough. You can't mess up anymore.
No more.
Learn from this. Don't ever go around this again, or even get close to having one. Okay, go see your probation officer.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio, this is Vincent Hanshaw. Your Honor, this is an arraignment, case number TRC 25-169, A and B.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. And sir, you're Vincent Hanshaw?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hanshaw, it's alleged that on January 31st at 7:37 a.m. in Fayette Township, you were operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol with a test score of 12.
It was PM, Your Honor.
Was it PM?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, that's right, you're right. 1937, I wasn't in the military, so I'm not.
I wasn't either.
Converting military time to regular time, so yeah. 7:37 p.m. So the test score of 12 is what's over the per se level under Ohio law, which is 8. So they're saying you tested more than the per se level?
Yes.
The per se level says if the state can show they comply with the rules set up for giving the test, a presumption attaches to any test of 8 or higher that you were impaired.
Correct.
To Les, this is the first within the look-back period that you had one.
2014, I believe.
Yeah, 13 years ago. Maximum penalty for this is 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, 3-year license suspension. That's the most that can happen. The least that can happen, there is a minimum. The least that can happen is 3 days in a treatment program, $375 fine, and a 6-month license suspension. If you're convicted, that's the least you can get. And there's a B case, is failure to control. That's a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is $150 fine. You understand the 2 charges?
Yes.
You understand the rights you have? Any questions before you enter a plea? No?
No.
What plea do you enter?
Guilty.
Guilty means you're admitting the charge is true. By doing that, you're waiving the right to have a trial, to have a lawyer, and to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt, because you're agreeing that it's true. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to accept your plea. I'm going to read into the record the report that the officer made. And if you want to make, after you hear what the officer said, then you can make a statement if you want to. You don't have to. The officer says, January 31st, I was dispatched to a single vehicle crash. When I arrived on the scene, I saw a Ford Mustang with body damage crashed in a yard on State Route 243. The vehicle had struck a flower pot and a mailbox that was in the yard. I contacted the driver, who was Vincent Hanshaw. He stated he was borrowing the vehicle, working on it, and buying it from a friend. I could smell odor of alcohol coming from his person. I asked him how much he had to drink. He stated he had drank 15 minutes prior to arriving at his friend's house. I asked him where he was drinking. He said he had been drinking at his friend's house. I asked him how long it had been since he started. He said it had been a couple of beers within an hour. I asked him about the Fireball container. He said that it had 3 beers and a couple of shots of Fireball. I deactivated my emergency lights and asked Mr. Henshaw's preliminary questions to understand his ability to perform field sobriety test. Perform the eye test, and I advised him to look at the pen. I had to remind him multiple times to keep looking at the pen. He was also swaying while he was focusing on the pen. I got 4 clues on the eye test. Walk and turn test. I placed him in the starting position, told him not to start, until I told him to do so. He moved his feet. He was told to fix his feet. He completed my instructions. He took his first step, had to place it back down prior to touching his toe with his heel for balance. He used his arm for balance while walking. He stopped walking multiple times for balance. I got 5 clues on the walk and turn test. Gave him 1-leg stand test. Put his foot down multiple times, used his arms for balance and swaying. There was 3 clues on the 1-leg stand test. He was placed under arrest for ODI, taken to the patrol post. And agreed to give the test and tested 12. Okay. Any statement you want to make, Mr. Henshaw?
Yes, since then I have stressed my apologies to the homeowners.
Okay. Did they have any damage to their property? You did have insurance, right?
Yes,
Are
absolutely.
you Taria's brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just made that connection. Tell me about her.
I've not heard about her in a while. Last I heard,
She's still
she was.
living though?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
She was in some sort of facility or something though?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay. What else do you want to tell me?
Since then, I have, like I said, stressed my apologies to the homeowners. I've purchased and replaced the mailbox, cleaned up the mess in the yard to the best of my abilities to their satisfaction, and that's about it.
Okay. Well, do you want to contact them or?
Is there a crash report?
There is.
There is.
Okay, so, yeah, we don't have the information on those people. Not that
Well, you
I
know what? I've got part of it. I've got his statement of the officer, but I don't, the usual crash report that has the name of the driver and the other property owner is not in the file. I don't know if they just didn't file that part of it. But usually if there's damage to somebody else's property, we have to contact them to make sure they've been taken care of. So, I'm gonna let the prosecutor do that. So, where are you working now?
Same place I have since 2009, Varney Garage Doors.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's a good sign. You're still working for the same place.
Same company, actually new owner.
Okay. What's your work schedule?
Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30.
Well, you're gonna have to come back for a sentencing hearing after I let Mr. Hill try to get a hold of the property owner. And, it's gonna be a Monday or a Friday, which is better for you.
Whatever, either or. It's fine.
Let's do it in 3 weeks. That's the 24th.
Okay.
That should give them plenty of time. That's a Monday, February 24th. And I'll set it for 10 o'clock for sentencing. What about your mom? Is she still living?
Yes, she's still doing good.
Doing okay?
Last I checked on her, yes.
Everybody else in the family doing okay?
Yeah, Dad passed away a few years ago.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay, so-
But other than that, everybody else is good.
Okay, we'll set it for February 24th for a sentencing hearing. Is this gonna jeopardize your job?
Hopefully not, but it may.
Okay, because you have to drive for your job, don't you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I'll go ahead, because you've got a suspension now. So here's the way this works. At some point, I gotta give you at least 15 days of hard suspension, which means you can't drive at all.
Correct.
And then after that, I can give you driving privileges for work. So do you want it now or do you want it later, the work privileges? Because you're gonna have 15 days, I guess I should say it this way. When do you want your 15 days hard suspension to take place? Now or later?
I guess now.
Okay, so you've been under suspension, and I don't know if you knew it, but since you got this, as soon as you take the test and test over, you're suspended
Yes.
by the state. So it'll just run, and then 15 days. I'll tell you what, so that's gonna be 31st. So the 11th, I can give you driving privileges. So see Mr. Major, I'm gonna do an order, permit to drive for you commencing on February the 11th for work. And what else do you need? You got kids or anything?
I have 2.
You transport them any?
I and my girlfriend do, but mainly her, because I'm usually at work.
Okay, I'm just gonna do work privileges then. She can transport the kids as needed, but, Mr. Cooper, can you help him get that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, here's the way that works. You gotta use your brain.
I know.
Were you here when I talked to that young lady?
Yes.
She works at the courthouse in DeKalb County, in the clerk's office over there. So, you know, she should know better. Like I said, she's
absolutely.
acting like a young male. But here's the thing. You're gonna show up, if you get pulled over, it's gonna show up that you're under suspension.
Oh,
because you got
absolutely.
this, okay? And then you're gonna have this piece of paper from me saying, yeah, the judge says I can drive. The best thing to do
Don't do it.
is don't get pulled over. So what's that mean? You drive within the speed limit, you use your turn signal, you don't break any traffic laws so you don't get pulled over, because you're gonna have some explaining to do if you get pulled over. So the best thing to do is don't get pulled over. Or she shouldn't have been driving.
Right.
She shouldn't have been drinking.
Yep.
But you sure as heck shouldn't be driving 85 miles an hour
Correct.
at 2 o'clock in the morning after you've been drinking. Okay? So
Absolutely.
that's what I'm talking about. Use your brain. That's what it's there for. We'll see you on the 24th for a sentencing hearing. Mr. Cooper, I'll have to get your permit for driving.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, we're ready to go back to Lawrence County Jail. The state of Ohio recalls Philip Kazad to Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 24-815, CRA 2553, release CRB 2554. And Jessica Young told that.
Your Honor, Ms. Lewis went in person to the jail and spoke to Mr. Kazad. He is appropriate for inpatient treatment. They are able to accept him. They can get him today as long as a monitor can be put on him, assuming the state follows through with an agreement to reduce bond.
We're okay with that with the GPS.
Okay, I'm going to order he be released in hometown with a GPS monitor for an inpatient. Okay, I have to have the talk with you, Mr. Kazad. Are you listening? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is really important. The lawyers are all like, no, I don't want to hear this again. They've heard it many, many times, but you haven't, and it's really important. If you cut the ankle monitor off, and that's the only way you get away. I mean, it's stupid to run with an ankle monitor because they can track you down to within 10 feet of where you are.
That's not stupid.
So if you run, you got to cut the ankle monitor off or they're going to find you. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And if you cut the ankle monitor off, you know what's going to happen? When they do find you? No, it's worse than that. A lot worse than that.
Okay.
That's what you need to listen to. I'm going to tell you how much worse it is, and I'm not kidding. I'm not your mom. I'm not trying to say, Billy, get down from there or I'm going to do something to you, and then never do it. Okay, this is the truth. This is what's going to happen. You're going to go to prison for cutting the ankle monitor off. And there's nothing I can do about it. So you can't get away. I mean, I've had like 5 people in the same position you are. Nobody ever tells me, Judge, if you let me out of jail with an ankle monitor, I'm going to cut it off. But I've had about 5 people do it. They're all in prison now for cutting the ankle monitor. And I'm not talking about they're in prison for 6 months. We're talking about 3 years.
Holy, okay.
Yeah. And I'm not kidding. This is not no joke. So, Phil, if you think I'm going to be tempted to cut this ankle monitor off, the smart thing for you to do is say, Judge, don't let me out. Just keep me here in the county jail. Because you're not going to be in jail for 3 years. But if you cut the ankle monitor off, you're going to be in prison for at least 3 years. And that's not playing. Because the adult probation, which is common police court in Ironton at the main courthouse, they're the ones that control the ankle monitors. They get really mad when somebody cuts them off because they're about $2,000 a piece. And they file every felony charge they can think of against them, and it's not even going to come back to me. You're going to go to one of the common police judges. And everybody that's done it has gone to prison.
Well, I promise you, it ain't going nowhere.
Okay. I want you to go to treatment and get clean.
I want you to, sir.
Okay. I had one guy, my first one, he cut the ankle monitor off because he wanted to go to a party in Charleston, West Virginia. Kim, you remember?
Yeah, he gets out on the 21st.
Okay, and he's been in jail, he's been in prison for a long time.
3 years.
3 years. It must have been a heck of a party. I think he was out for 2 weeks. 2 weeks or 3 years in prison. Not worth it. Okay, so you're forewarned. You can't say nobody told me that's what's going to happen. I'm going to make a $2,000 OR bond. You're going to go to treatment, and then is he staying here or going on to the grand jury next?
Well, we've got an officer or maybe 2 officers that were the victims of the assault. I want to speak with them to decide.
Okay. So here's the other thing. I know this is a lot of legal stuff, but see, you're in the misdemeanor court now for the preliminary hearing and arraignment, but you, in the course of things, let's say you committed a murder, not possession of drugs. You wouldn't stay here. You would go on down to the main courthouse of the common police, and you would get indicted before you went down there. Felonies are so serious that a group of citizens have to sit and listen to the evidence in secret. It's in secret in the prosecutor's office, and indict somebody. You're going to get indicted if you cut the ankle monitor off. Okay? But here, hold on. I didn't ask for any commentary on your part yet. You still need to listen up. They're willing to at least consider keeping you here and not taking you to the grand jury. And you won't get indicted. But to do that, you got to go to treatment and get good treatment. Now, maybe the police officer will come in that they say you assaulted and say, I don't like this guy, I really want him to go, I want him to go to prison, I want him indicted. Well, then it's probably going to go on down to the county police. But your best bet of getting it to stay here is do really well in treatment. So they're coming in giving you glowing reports. Oh man, Philip, he's great. And here's what we would like to hear. He does everything we say, when we tell him to do it, how we tell him to do it, and he's even helping the other people get clean. He's a leader there. He's really turned things around. I believe people can turn things around. Be one of those people. We have people that do that. Now we have people go the other way. We have people that go in there and they think they're going to boss the treatment people around, tell them what to do, refuse to do what they tell them to do when they tell them to do it. I'm not getting out of bed now. You can't make me get out of bed. You can't make me go to group. If you do that, I can guarantee you're going to go on to the grand jury and get indicted. So you need to have a good attitude. And it's for the best. Get clean and stay clean. Here's a great opportunity for you to do it. Take advantage of it. Okay? Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
So you're going to come back to me periodically, and they're going to give me reports. So the best thing that can happen for you, and I think your lawyer would agree with this, is you stay in this court. You get really good reports. The state decides they don't want to indict you, they don't want to take you to the grand jury. Don't be one of those people that they say, oh, this guy really needs to go. He's a jerk. We don't like him. You know what? There's enough jerks out there to go fill up the grand jury. Don't be one of those people. Don't be entitled. Don't act entitled. Don't be manipulative. Don't try to get them to do stuff that you think you want to happen. I just got a text from one of our other people saying, a treatment provider, saying, I told them they could switch providers. They called another treatment provider saying, I said they could switch. I never said any such thing. So that person's going to be in trouble. Don't be one of those people trying to manipulate the system to get what you want. You may have been able to do that in the past. It's not going to work here. Understood?
Understood.
Okay, we need to come back in a couple of weeks, probably.
Your Honor, I'm here The 14th and the 21st.
14th. I'm gonna see you on the 14th, and you're gonna get a glowing report, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're gonna be subject to being tested too.
Gotcha.
So don't sneak anything.
Thank you, Your
February
Honor.
14th will be your next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Jessica M. Young at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 2559.
Okay, now we got Jessica Young. Okay, so I guess we did have a case for you, and it is, you're right, it is in Franklin County. So, case number is 22 CR 5721 there. The case number here is 2559. It's alleged that there is a warrant for your arrest from the Common Police Court in Franklin County, Ohio, on 3 counts of possession of drugs and 2 counts of receiving stolen property. So you have a right to what's called a Rule 4 hearing. That's a hearing to make sure you are the right Jessica Young, and it's Jessica M. Young, middle initial M. And I can appoint a lawyer for you if you're eligible for a court-appointed lawyer. You can waive that hearing, the Rule 4 hearing, and agree to go to Franklin County. If you do that, I'll set a bond for you. If you can post the bond, I'll let you go up there, turn yourself in. If you can't post the bond, I'll order Franklin County authorities to come down here and pick you up and take you back to Franklin County.
Okay, I don't quite understand. Can you repeat?
Okay. You have a right to have, it's kind of, have you ever heard of an extradition hearing?
Yeah, I've never had it happen like this. Like when I've had one in another county, they just come about me the same day or the next day, so I've never done like this before.
Okay, well, this is a little different because in Ohio, if you are arrested in a county that doesn't touch the county that has a warrant, so if you had a warrant in Scioto County or Gallia County or Jackson County, we wouldn't be having this hearing. They just come and get you or they'd send you up here. There would be no hearing to it. But since Franklin County does not touch Lawrence County, you have a right to what's called a Rule 4 hearing. And it's just a hearing to make sure we're not sending the wrong Jessica Young to Columbus on charges that she doesn't know anything about. So it's a hearing to make sure we got the right person, basically. You can waive that hearing. You have the right to have an attorney represent you at the hearing. And I'll appoint a lawyer for you if you can't afford one. But if you waive the Rule 4 hearing, then you're saying, yeah, I'm the Jessica Young they're looking for. I want to go back up there and take care of this. If you do that, then, as I said, I'll set a bond. If you can post it, you go up there, turn yourself in. If you can't post it, you're going to sit in jail till they come get you, and they'll take you to Columbus. So, do you want to have a hearing here to decide if you're the right Jessica Young, or do you want to agree to that? You are the right Jessica Young?
Yeah, that's what I want.
So you want to waive your hearing here?
Yeah.
Okay. And that because it's not going to do any good if you're the right Jessica Young, you're just going to wind up sitting in here in jail.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to get home with my kid and my dog. I work every day, so I'm missing work and everything.
Okay. I'm assuming the state's not going to take a position on the bond.
No, Your Honor.
And they don't tell me what bond they want, but you've got 5 F5 felonies. Can you post a bond?
It depends on what it was, I guess.
But I mean, some people tell me I can't post any bond. You're not saying that. You might be able to post a bond.
Yeah, I mean, not an outrageous one, no.
Okay.
But, I mean, if it's within reason, then yeah.
I'm gonna set your bond at $3,000 cash or surety. So that means if you got $3,000 in cash, you can pay that to the clerk here, and as soon as you turn yourself in Columbus, that $3,000 gets released back to you, and you can do whatever you want to with it. If you don't have $3,000, then you can use a bail bondsman. That's what the surety means. Now, you gotta pay the bail bondsman a fee, and you lose that fee, but he's on the hook, or she, but usually it's he, is on the hook for the $3,000, and then if you don't show up in Columbus, Franklin County, they're not gonna track you down and take you to jail, so they don't have to pay the $3,000. So, do you wanna talk to the bail bondsman? And you wanna talk to the bail bondsman? You wanna talk to the bail bondsman?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Sowers, he's the one that does most of it. Sorry?
I said, I don't want $3,000 cash, Christmas was just recently.
Okay, but you think you might do, usually it's 10%. You think you can post that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have him, we'll let him know. I'm gonna see you back later in the docket. We'll figure out if you were able to post bond.
Okay.
What's gonna happen if you are able to post bond, I'll probably give you a week to go turn yourself in up in Columbus.
Okay. I just have to call my boss at work. They can probably post it for me.
Okay. Do you have
Or I got
access?
money on the cash up card. That's how you pay for work.
Okay, well, we're letting Mr. Sowers know. He'll get in touch with you, and he can call your boss or whoever you want. You think will post the bond for you. So I'll see you back later in the docket.
Okay.
We've already contacted him. He was gonna get in touch with you about it. I'll see you back later.
State of Ohio versus Alexis J. Neese, Lawrence County Jail, case number DRD 22766, DRD 211431, DRC 191170, A, B, and C, DRC 183327.
Okay, this was on reviews, it looks like.
She was ordered to treatment and then she ran. We'd be willing to take her back if we could get an ankle monitor on her.
Okay, Ms. Neese, did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
What say you?
I'm not opposed to that, no, I'm not opposed to apologize for her treatment.
Okay. You got a bunch of cases, and it looks like I ordered this for you to go to treatment back in probably October, it looks like. So last fall. So I gotta have, okay, I just should have recorded my last speech on the GPS monitor. I gotta tell you, have you ever had an ankle monitor on before?
Yes.
You have? Here or where?
Yes, I paid for one when I got a DUI.
Okay.
I was on the that day.
So you already know that if you cut it off, you go to prison.
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay, so I don't need to give you that speech.
No.
Okay, I'm going to release you to Bethesda with an ankle monitor and bond of 5,000 OR.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then her next hearing, we need to set a hearing for her to come back. Let's make it the 18th. That's a Tuesday. So you know what's going to happen. You've got to go there, do well, get good reports, and I'll see you, and they'll give you a report on February the 18th how you're doing.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
we've got 2 to recall to jail, but we're not ready for those yet.
Okay. We'll come back to the jail later.
State of Ohio versus Eric C. Workman, case number TRC 241384, A, B, and C. Your Honor, Mr. Luckman is on.
Okay, I got a text about that. Let's see. Okay, I got a text from Mr. Mint at OVP. And Mr. Luckman is on, okay.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. In fact, I'll just forward. Do I have your number, Mr. Luckman?
My cell phone number?
Yeah.
I'm happy to provide that to the court.
Okay. I'm going to send you the report I got from OVP. They texted it to me.
Okay. It's area code 614-406-5868.
Okay, I just sent it to you.
Okay.
They said the problem, they figured out he's on Medicare, so they can't take him as an inpatient. But they can work with him as an outpatient, and that he could do sober living with RRG, which is one of the, we work with them some, they're in Huntington.
Yeah.
They have a sober living facility. So,
Your Honor, I think that Mr. Workman had indicated something to that nature also with the sober living, and so I think that's something he expressed a willingness to go and do. If that's something that was amenable to the court to go and get that set up. He did want me to bring one of the things to the court's attention. Apparently, he had an issue with his heating system that blew up. He was fixing it when I was telling him, obviously, reminding him of the court date. So I don't know if he can get that fixed before he goes there, but he is aware of the sober living situation. He's certainly amenable to going and doing that, and he indicated that to me prior to being on the record here in front of you this afternoon.
okay. How long do you think it would take you to fix your heating situation?
Shouldn't take no more than a couple days.
Mr. Heel, do you have any input on this?
Well, Mr. Workman looks a little better than he did the other day.
I've been sick for a while.
Well, I hope you're staying clean. And, as far as the arrangements that have to be made because of the insurance situation, I don't know that we have any other choice. We want him to be in the best situation possible. As far as the 2 days, hopefully he'll be monitored by somebody to make sure he's not having problems.
Well, we could come back, I hate to keep dragging you back, Mr. Laughlin, but we could come back in a week and see where things are. And in the meantime, he could go, we can give you the information for RRG, and you can go talk to them about getting the sober living set up. You've already talked with OVP.
Yep.
You haven't talked to anybody from RRG yet.
No.
They are in this, there's nobody here today, but they are here on a regular basis.
What does RRG stand for?
I don't remember.
I called one place, I don't remember the name of it. Oh, no.
No, this is the one in,
20th Street.
this is in Huntington.
Oh, I called one place, but nobody
You're
ever
a
called
West
me back.
Virginia resident, right?
Yeah.
I don't think, it would have to be the one in Huntington to help you. The one that you're, Regal is at Ohio only.
Yes, Your Honor, so certainly happy if you'd like to go and schedule it for a review hearing in next Monday at noon, if that works.
Yeah.
With everybody, I'm certainly happy to go and do whatever we need to do to get the situation finalized and make sure that he's in the best situation. So that's amenable to the court, Mr. Heald. Certainly happy to go and do that.
We'll set it for noon next Monday, the 10th, and he's already been given the contact information for RRG.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Your Honor, if I may, I apologize, my eyesight, I know how well I'm seeing, is that, and forgive me for name also, is that Bush that's sitting back there?
He
behind you?
is, yes, he is here. He is walking a little gingerly.
Which I just wanted, I was there when you were there previously, and I hope that you're coming along and you're healing up well, okay?
Thank you, your help is greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. Glad to hear that. Okay, well then I will go and make sure we got everything ahead of time. We'll go and do what he needs to do. And then we'll go and reconvene next Monday. Hopefully we'll have everything wrapped up.
The 10th at noon.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Gill.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Sade Michael, case number TRC 241460, A, B, C, D, and E.
It's a better report than before. I think this is probably one of those we need to go ahead and sentence on, and it's a second with a refusal, right?
It's a first with a
Refusal within.
an additional 20.
I'd like for her to do another screening though before actually do the sentence. So let's have her do that and then do the sentence.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Sean Woods, case number TRC 23811, A, B, C, and D.
This is on the sentencing document.
This one, the VA has not forwarded me his screen. They may have sent directly to the court, I believe.
I did inform Kimberly.
Anything for a while. The last one. She sent me a message beginning of December saying he was taking a class.
Yeah, I messaged Kimberly the last time we were in court and let her know that something needed to be sent in, and I've been still continuing my classes. Actually, I really enjoy the classes. They helped quite a bit. I've got text messages on my phone, if that'll help, where I've been in contact with them.
Yeah, I don't have anything from the VA since it was December 2nd. I think was the last message.
Yeah, that's the exact same thing that happened last time.
Well, this is probably one that needs to be wrapped up. What would the state recommend for something?
Your Honor, I don't know if I'm allowed to speak.
What, you should talk to your lawyer first.
Approach, Your Honor.
Yes. It's a first refusal. Is this, I was focused on something else, and you contact me. I got my last text was December 2nd, saying it was starting some kind of class there, that's not the last thing. Is that Amber? Kansas. I don't know, so it was really from Captain Texas. She's really good back to She texted me. All right, it's agreed to continue this to the 21st, and we should be able to get a report by then. I've texted Amanda Rayburn, and she's always good about responding. And he's still doing the classes anyway, so February 21st will be the next step.
State of Ohio versus Cody A. Kelly, case number CRD 18292, CRD 18628 A and B, CRD 16661.
This is a sentencing, and that's because of the bond.
Yes, sir.
And you didn't make a monthly payment, you have a payment today.
Yes, sir. I have it on a card, so I was running late, so I didn't want to be late for court, but I will go get it and bring it back. $50.
All right, I'll put you down for that. And we'll set March 3rd as your next hearing. We're sentencing March 3rd at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Austin Pritchard, case numbers CRA 18-1233 A and B, CRB 18-1234 A and B, TRC 2525.
Sentencing, there's bonds up in this. Okay, we're looking for a payment on the case. Do you have a payment today?
Yes, sir, 50.
March 3rd will be your next hearing, 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
You are.
Take care.
State of Ohio, Jeremy McMillan, case number TRC 22769, A, B, and C. TRC 2024-10, A, B, and C. TRC 142341, A, B, and C.
Ms. Mellon is here with counsel, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Smith, and we were going to research things. What did we decide? What are you going to argue with the court?
He's not going to argue with the court.
No, you.
Oh, no. I'm not
Argue to the court.
Oh, no. Remind me, Judge, I didn't write
about driving privilege.
Oh, yes, I did look at that, and you can't do that.
Okay, he's finished his community service.
Don't me if I get these two holes pulled off on there again.
What's the B&B telling you about you?
You've got two holes on me.
I didn't know they knew about your ODIs. They're still pending, right?
Well, the one I believe is from the 14, and then this other one where I haven't been convicted or whatever and refused, it was a mandatory 3-year suspension.
Okay.
Until they hear otherwise from you.
Well, I guess if I'll get you suspended, I can give you driving privileges.
You can. It can't be done through the B&B, but if it's your suspension, it's your jurisdiction, Judge.
I think that's the way I'm going to work it. I'm going to give you driving privileges.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, you got insurance?
I'll have it.
Okay. I'm going to order that you have the right to drive with insurance for work, for medical, for counseling. What else do you need it for? Go to Walmart? Don't go to Walmart.
All right, Walmart.
You need to shop, or do you have somebody?
Yeah, we'll go to the store, but I like to be able to go see my kids a lot more.
Okay, for visitation with children? Okay, here's the thing, back up to what I told the other person. It's still going to show you suspended. You have this piece of paper from me that says you can drive.
I understand.
If you're in Lawrence County, probably not a problem. You get pulled over. But if you get over in Ashland or Huntington, I don't know. Is that going to fly or not?
We ain't gonna chance it.
Yeah, don't get pulled over.
That's right.
Obey the laws.
That's right.
I mean, be like, a dorky geek. Obey all the traffic laws. Don't be like one of those guys that's, a rebel.
Now, will this take care of my registration block? Because I got a truck. They won't let me tag it my name.
I don't know about that.
Probably have somebody in the family do it.
Let's try it. I mean, are we ready to sentence him yet? I don't think we're ready.
Well, my thought was if he was sentenced, you could withhold the imposition of jail and let him continue on doing what he's doing. And I know he's also been here for a long time. He's done very well. We expect he's going to continue to do well. And then that way, then I don't know if that clear up any of those other problems.
Your Honor, I believe he still owes some money that he can work off if he wants to do that. I think it just cleared up his mandatory community service, is what he's done so far.
Okay. Yeah, we still got some funds.
I don't believe it's restitution. I believe some of it is, but not all of it.
No, sir, no restitution.
It's not restitution.
Well, that part needs to be checked because it started out as a large amount. This 2014 case.
I've never wrecked or tore nothing up or owed anybody anything or nothing like that.
Probably need to do a little research on that because it might have been, no, it's not hard. You might be able to cut some of that down. You might have had a bond forfeited or something.
Now that, I think he said he found because I had an OR bond of $2,000.
That's what happened, Your Honor, a while back.
Okay.
It was, community service was going toward over fines first, and then you approved it to go toward his community service. But he still has over fines that he's paying on that he could do community service toward if he wishes to do it.
I don't even remember running on the ball. I don't even know what it was.
Well, here's what I would prefer to do.
Yes, sir.
I need to sit down with your files and go through them and figure out, I mean, there's so much here, figure out how you accumulated this, what I can set aside, what I can't, I want to help you. I want to see you get driving privileges. But there's a lot here to go wade through, and I don't want to do it right now and make a mistake. So why don't we do this? Give me some time. I'll sit down with the legal pad, go through it, figure out what's what, and with the goal of getting you able to drive.
Sure.
And, because you've done very well, and I'm proud of what you've done. I want to see you continue to do well.
Thank you.
So, I'm going to try to help you, but I don't want to make a mistake and just do something slapdash without researching it,
So we still have the driving privileges if I got insurance as of now?
I'll do that today, and then, when are you here toward the end of the month?
Judge, I'm here at the end of the month, the 14th or 21st, and March 3rd.
Let's do March 3rd.
I can do that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I'll put this on my desk, and I'll have an answer for you on March 3rd. And I'll do the entry today, though, that you get driving privileges. So you can have driving privileges between now and then, as long as you got insurance.
Yes, sir.
Don't run into somebody without insurance.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
State of Ohio versus Thomas Lewis, case number CRV 24751, CRV 24791. Your Honor, this is set for 5 minutes today, but I'm told that there's a proposed resolution.
Okay. Mr. Smith, attorney for Thomas Lewis. Yes. Violation of protection order, there's one, and domestic violence, so, is there a proposal?
There's a proposal, Judge. Mr. Smith, Mr. Hildrow this morning indicated that he was looking for conviction on domestic violence with a 30-day sentence, suspend 30 days. Of course, community service, a small fine, probation. And in return, he would dismiss the violation of protection order, which was he cut off his daughter's cell phone. He didn't have the money to pay for it, and he quit. I think it's a technical violation. It's not a crime of violence or just stalking her, but that was the recommendation that we're willing to do that, Judge. We would enter a no contest plea stipulation to find him guilty.
Okay, and the complaining parties are here, so why don't you folks come up to the desk behind Mr. Hill so he can talk with you and get your input, and I can also. You have a right to make a statement to the court if you wish to, and I'll want to make sure you've been consulted and your input's been received.
Well, and Your Honor, we do understand their input, and most recently, Ms. Tismo has spoken with them this morning and explained what our intentions are today, and I don't think they're altogether happy about it. They want to just make sure that he actually went to jail today. And we feel like, given the totality of the circumstances, that this is the best agreement that we can make.
Okay, well, one thing, to make sure this is on the record, is one of the things we talked about at our judges conference that I just attended last week. I mean, they can agree amongst themselves and agree to make a recommendation to the court, but that's all it is. It's just a recommendation to the court. I don't have to follow it. I mean, I can hear from both sides and make a decision. Now, usually I do follow the recommendations, but I don't always. So there's no guarantee that I will follow the recommendations that the lawyers agreed to make to the court.
My client understands that, Judge.
All right, so the recommendation is that there will be a guilty plea to 24-751, which is a domestic violence charge.
No contest stipulation of finding of guilt, Judge.
Okay.
Yeah,
No
but yes.
contest stipulated finding of guilty.
Correct.
And that is with TL as the complaining party on that, the initials. Was a minor, maybe still is a minor.
Yes.
And is that correct?
It is correct, Judge.
And agreed, in exchange for that plea, the state's willing to nolly, which means dismiss, 24-791, the violation protection order. Okay, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, now, both sides have a right, I mean, the lawyers have a right to make statements if they wish, and some of the things we talked about, Marcy's law in Ohio is, the victims have more rights than ever. They're to be consulted and have input, so if either of you wish, because I understand this is TL to my left, and then the mother of TL to my right?
Yes.
Okay. If you want to make a statement to the court, I'll hear what you have to say.
I personally feel like he should get jail time because he put me through that, and that's traumatizing. It's very traumatizing.
Well, you're going to have to tell me, I mean, I know the basic allegation that he not only caused or tried to cause physical harm, but I don't know the facts of what happened. So if you want me, I need to know the facts.
He punched me 4 times in the face. He manhandled me twice, put me in a chokehold, and he stated that he was going to kill me. So therefore, I don't think he should just get away with this with no jail time.
And where did this take place?
The 4 punches in the face were in Huntington at McDonald's. And then we went home, and then I tried to get away because I wanted to leave after he had done that to me, and he would not let me leave and grab me and put me in a chokehold 2 times.
And was this during a visitation time, or what was it?
I was living with him.
Oh, okay.
I was supposed to go to my friend Emily's after school. He picked me up and said he would take me there. He took my phone, and all that happened.
Where do you go to school?
I did go to Chesapeake.
You're not going there now?
Collins.
She's at Collins.
Okay. And you just changed this semester, or after this you changed? So this was November, wasn't it? November of 24?
Chesapeake was our home school.
Oh, okay, so you were going, at the time this happened, you were going to Lafayette by then. So now she lives with you then, or?
Yes, I moved back up here from Georgia, got us a residence, enrolled her in Central Valley, got her counseling started, anything she needs.
Mr. Smith?
My client would like to address the court, Judge.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. My daughter, I've had her since she was born. I've had full custody of her for the past 2 years up until this happened because her mother was going to Georgia, Michigan, back and forth, so I gained full custody. I've had Tommy Lynn her whole life, and I've done the best that I could do with her. she was going through a breakup with a boy that she was in class with at the BOED, Ransom Wilson. And she was way out of line and putting messages on Snapchat on her story, public story, stating that a grown man fingering a 12-year-old, putting this stuff on public social media. So Ransom's mom had called me, and I wanted to talk to her about it and pick her up from school that day. Her mom said, well, just let her go to Emily's. And her mom's not been around for 2 years. I've had custody of her. So I said, no, I'm going to pick her up from school and I'm going to talk to her about it. And I messaged Tommy Lynn. I said, I'm going to pick you up and talk to you. And I said, nobody's riding home with us. And so when I picked her up from school, she rode the bus to Chesapeake. I said, if you want to act like an adult, we're going to talk like an adult, okay? Because she seems to think that she's been a little out of hand here the last few months and cussing me and using the F word and go F yourself, you nasty F-er and this and that. And I've taken her phone, I give it back to her. The language that she's been using, and I love my daughter, and I'm not here to down her or trying to get her to help me around the house, just me and her. She won't do anything. When I try to talk to her about her grades, she pretty much tells me to shut up. I don't have no right to, and I have the app on my phone. I had it before I got removed. And I check on her grades, and she did great. She made the honor roll the first semester. I have no contact now with her for over 60 days. I have no idea what her school is, her mental health, anything. So coming down Route 7, and this did not happen in Huntington, coming down Route 7, I tried to talk to her about it. I said, well, I'm going to message Ransom and tell him not to talk to you again. Don't you effing do that. And I looked, I said, told you not to cuss me no more. And F you, that's, and when she said F you to me again, I reached over and I went like that and tapped her mouth. It made her bleed because she's got piercings right here, and it shocked me. And as far as when the blood came down where it popped her mouth right here, it shocked me. I told her to get some napkins and clean up. Well, I was taking her to McDonald's to get her a spicy crispy chicken sandwich. That's her favorite. So we went down to Proctorville, and we were still arguing and screaming, and she was screaming. So I turned around and went to the house. And in her statements, she had stated that as soon as we pulled up, I drug her out of the car by her neck to the ground, threatening to kill her. Well, I took a picture immediately right after that. It shows the blood from where I smacked her, tapped her mouth, and it was a tap, open hand, just, you know. But a week before that, she was cussing me. I took her phone, and I always give it back to her. A week before that, she cussed me. And her mom comes in and out. We were here last year, 2 days before Christmas, and it was dismissed. And her mom had filed charges, and I headbutted my daughter 3 times. That did not happen. It was dismissed after 90 days. And they even played it, stated mainly due to the child being disobedient to the father. I try to do the best I can with her without her mother being back and forth, and it has played a big part on Tom Lynn's mental. I love my daughter. I love her. And it plays a big part on her with her mom not being here for her, you know. But I've done the best I can. And these allegations, blacken her eyes, which Tammy stated. The deputy, where's the pictures at? Where's the discovery? I have a picture that Emily sent me as soon as I dropped her off. When she got out of the car, she was hysterical. I wanted to go to Emily's because she knew I was going to talk to her about the ransom deal, and they're putting this stuff on social media. So she was screaming, and I want to go to Emily's. And so I said, you're not leaving. And she was in the front of the car, and I stood back there. I said, I'm going to call the law, and I'll just have them come get both of us, okay? So she said, what are you going to do? Kill me? I said, kill you? I said, what are you talking about? I said, no, I'm going to grab a hold of you. I said, you're not leaving the driveway, walking out here like that. So when she tried to leave, I walked up and I grabbed her like this, and she slid straight down my arms. That's where the little scratch right here and that blood mark on her eye came from, not from me beating her in her face like she's stating 4 times. There would have been, did the deputy seek medical attention for her if she was being beat? Or like her mom said, I blacked both her eyes? It didn't happen like that. I tried to correct my daughter. Yes, I did open hand tap her mouth, and I did restrain her from leaving. That's where those marks come from. Not from me. If I took my fist and beat my daughter in the face, that would never happen, first off, but the pictures would show otherwise. The deputy would, it did not happen like that, but I love my daughter. If she is solely happy with being with her mom, and her mom wants to step up and be a mother, please do so. Please do so after all these years. I want my daughter safe, I want her to follow through with her education, her mental health. I can't even talk to my daughter.
Okay, well, what I'm gonna do now, I can't accept a no contest plea because of the contrary statements made, so we're gonna need to have a trial. So let's go ahead and have a trial.
The judge pleaded guilty, Judge, and instead of no contest, if that's, we would like to do that.
Okay.
Is that correct?
That's, whatever, I don't want my daughter like this, so.
It's because of you.
You backhand her. Did you backhand her?
I did tap her mouth, and that's what, I tapped her just like that, and that's what she has piercings, and that's what.
So you are under a guilty plea?
Yes, I am. That's what she wants, then that's what I'm gonna enter for, and hopefully her mom will take care of her, and do the best she can, since she hasn't been there for years.
Okay, so I'll accept your guilty plea. I'm not gonna do the sentencing now, I'm gonna delay sentencing. And what I'd like to see is for the two of you to go to counseling.
Can I please speak again?
No, I've heard enough. I'm gonna order you to go to counseling.
My client's going, yes.
And you can start out separately. You don't have to go together, and maybe you'll never get to where you go together. But there needs to be, obviously, counseling here.
How do we?
It's the game with all of you.
Okay, well, I'm not convinced he beat you, okay? Let's put it that way. You haven't convinced me he beat you.
He punched me.
Ma'am, be quiet. Quiet. Okay, we're gonna come back in a month for a sentencing hearing. Does she have Medicaid?
She has Medicaid.
Does she have Medicaid?
Her mom says she's got her in counseling, so she should have.
Ma'am, does she have Medicaid?
Yeah, she has care sources.
Yes.
Taylor, can you talk to her about counseling?
Yeah, she's getting ready to start counseling with Lady Julia. I'll get the name of the center.
From where?
I have to look on my phone at the name of it. We already did the assessments and all of that, and they're going to.
Where's it located?
They're just getting her on the schedule, that's what.
Where's it located?
Huntington. I know it's in Huntington. I can't remember, it's like Grace, something or.
Give me the name.
Let me look on my phone.
We'll use that March 3rd date, Judge. Exactly a month out. Thank you.
Graceway Counseling Center.
Never heard of it.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll consider the sentencing there, and I'd like to see a report from counseling. I'd like for him to go to counseling also.
Yes, you'll do that.
And let's get a report in here. And I may continue it again, or I may do the sentencing at that point. So, March the 3rd for sentencing. Bond remains the same.
Thank you. He has care source also. Somebody could maybe talk to him.
Okay,
Can you, perfect, perfect. I wish we had different counselors, but that's.
There's a restraining order. I don't see how we should be counseling.
She's not going there, and you can go at different times. You
Yes,
want to be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have to go to his counseling?
No, I can't make you go anywhere.
Her.
I can't make her go anywhere. She's not, but I want to
I
consider what happens, what happens with her. I want the best for her.
Yes.
I want to see some professional intervention. Looks like she needs it.
Yes, she does. And I was told at the beginning to let the shock wear off. And she came to me herself about 2 weeks ago and said, I think I'm ready for counseling. And so I just got that all set up. It was hard because we don't have her, I didn't have her care source card. He had it. We never got that.
But is that Ohio or is that West Virginia?
Ohio.
Okay.
But they put her in a case with me now, and they gave me the care source number over the phone, so I was able to give it to the counselor Friday, and they're setting her up for a appointment to start.
Well, another option, I think, would be for her to go to Bethesda, where they're at the same place. They wouldn't have to be in the same, with the same counselor.
This is the counselor that she picked out that she felt comfortable with,
That's fine.
and I think.
I had no power to make her go, but here's the thing, this is her father, and he's still gonna be her father after this case is over.
I know that.
March the 3rd will be the next.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Jeremiah Henry, case number TRC 242222.
Jeremiah Henry.
When I last checked, he hadn't checked in.
Okay. This was for Cindy. He's supposed to bring a report from Bracera. My notes. Did have a certificate of
I'm
completion.
going to see if he's ever checked in. He didn't check in, Your Honor.
Okay, there you. And it's just, he has no work on that, I believe. So, there'll be a benchmark issue.
Okay, I have a phone number for him, I haven't heard from him in a while, but I'll attempt to reach out to him and try to get him in here prior to the bench warrant. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Kendall Gorby, case number CRD 24381. Kendall Gorby.
Kendall Gorby.
He's at Bethesda, Your Honor, and Taylor's on her way.
She's what?
He's at Bethesda, Taylor's on her way in with the report.
Okay.
Your Honor, Mr. Gorby is not here today because he's doing peer support classes, and they do it in a one-week period. You can't make up time.
Okay. So he's going to be looking to work in recovery?
He is, yes. He's come a long way.
Okay. How much longer is he going to be here?
Mr. Gorby does not have family, and so we really need to get a job, and so he could be there for a while.
Okay, we'll set it out a month, March 3rd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio recalls Sade Michael, case number TRC 241460, ABC, D, and E.
Okay, better. Better than the previous. So, want to go ahead and do the sentencing? So what would be a refusal with a prior in 2014? So this was 10 years. Is it, what's the look back on the?
With the refusal?
It's 10 years, I believe.
So it's the same as the second, it looks like.
Well, it was outside of 10 years, it was when, it was.
It was outside, I think.
It was outside of the 10 years.
It was just outside 10, Your Honor. is my recollection.
So it's,
According to my chart, it says refusal with a prior in 20 years.
right. It's-
Yes, that's
it's a
correct.
first.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
that's
first
correct.
with a refusal and an additional within 20 years. So it's subject to a minimum of 3 days in jail.
Okay. Oh, and there was also a, no, that was a headlight,
There was some traffic, yeah.
safety belt, and it says no operator license. Is that right? And no insurance.
Oh, there was insurance on the vehicle.
Okay.
And I think, I would have proof of that too, that shows. that-
Today you got proof?
Yeah, I can have my husband send it to me right now. But yeah, we've had insurance on
And
that.
I apologize, Your Honor, that was, usually we deal with that up front. I thought it was previously dealt with.
It's not showing, it's still
Okay.
showing the status of no insurance.
Can you send me?
So I don't know if it makes sense then to maybe, here's the way it works.
Yeah.
If I go ahead and process it, and you don't have insurance, you're gonna have to deal with the DMV, and that's a gigantic.
We do not want to do that, Your Honor. If we
So
could,
come
just
back and show the proof.
21st, she can bring a hard copy with her.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So,
fine.
okay.
All right. 21st for sentencing.
Judge, I apologize. I thought that was previously dealt with, but apparently it wasn't.
Yeah, I did show him. I'm not sure.
He put down the proof, so if the officer puts it on the ticket, no proof of
Yeah.
insurance, then you got either show it to the court or show it to the DMV later, and that's hard. to
Okay,
do.
that's fine.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus
Thank you, Judge.
Anthony Merritt, case number TRD 082201.
Okay, so this is an old case. Are you still working on getting your license, or what's going on there?
Yes, sir. I had, like 4 things against me, and I set up payment arrangements on all 4 of them. And, then I went to court down here to get pulled over for this warrant, when they caught me for this warrant. In, the town down here.
Chesapeake?
Yes, sir. And, got all that took care of.
So how close are you to getting your license back?
Pretty good ways.
Okay. Well,
But I make an effort.
well, we need this to go ahead and get this resolved because it's been pending a long time, so, you'd already entered, from my recollection or notes on the file, you'd already entered a guilty plea a long time ago. We just delayed sentencing.
I believe I did, yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and do sentencing. Are you living in Huntington now?
I'm living in Ohio.
You are?
Yes, sir.
Where?
199 Private Drive,
Okay.
out there in them townhouses.
Is that Sky Lake?
Yeah, right by
I made
Sky
a
Lake.
note, Sky Lake.
Yeah, right by Sky Lake.
Okay.
I've been having my girlfriend take me to and from work.
What do you do?
Union carpenter.
Okay. Well, you need to try to get that straightened out, obviously.
I went out to the courthouse to try to get a driving permit like I heard you give somebody, and they said, well, they ain't never heard of it. I said, well, yeah. I heard
Well, if you get
it.
an OVI or something, I can give you a permit. Because I suspend you, then I feel like I can give you a permit, but I didn't suspend you, so.
No, it's Wayne County. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a $150 fine on the driving under suspension, or you pay the court costs. And this was a jailable one, so I'll give you 10 days in jail, but I'll suspend it all on the condition that you do 3 days of community service, so it's 18 hours community service. $18 hours community service, 2 years of level 5 probation. set a review hearing for you August the 4th, so it gives you a long time to get it done. But here's the way that works. If you get it done before August 4th, you don't have to come back. If you don't have it done, you gotta come back. If you don't come back, you get a warrant for not showing up. So just get it done. You got 6 months to get it done. Go check in with Mr. Major in the probation office, which is to the left as you leave the courtroom.
Okay.
Go ahead and sign some stuff, give you copies of your judgment entry, and then get it done. And it's over.
Thank you, Judge.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, that's all. We got some guys in the back.
Yes, Your Honor. State of Ohio versus Jaron R. Edgington on a recall, case number TRC 23-1190.
All right, Mr. Edgington, give me a couple of days when you're going to be out here for community service for sure.
I can come Saturday, I can come, anything before the 12th, 13th, I can come every day from now to the 12th, 13th. Is that orientation for my new job?
Okay, so let's get it done. You got 4 days to do, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 days between now and, you said the 12th is when you gotta go?
Yeah.
So you got plenty of time to get this done.
And I got some money until I can get right up here, because I gotta pay something like 40, 50 just to take me up here.
Okay. I'm all right with that. So, yeah, you were, yeah, 2 o'clock in the morning and were you on 52?
Oh, when I pull over?
Yeah. Fayette
Township.
Township. County Road 1, okay, you were right out here.
Yeah.
Okay, Road 1. That's old 52, so you got 52 and old 52, so either one is crawling with state troopers at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I might be doing some really quick drinks and all like this.
Good idea. That's what, that's the new science says there's no amount of alcohol that's good for you. They used to think a little bit of alcohol was good for you. Now they're saying there's no amount. It's damaging to your cells and your brain, and so good idea to lay off the stuff. Okay, so I'm going to trust you're going to get your community service done before your next hearing, and I'm going to make that March the 3rd. If you get it all done by then, so what I'm showing you got 4 days of community service, and $305.
I'll pay that to you later.
Okay? See the clerk, make your payment, you get it all done. And I think you did you do the dip school?
Yeah.
Then you'll be done. You don't have to come back. March 3rd, your next hearing, see the clerk, you're free to go. Get out here and get your community service done.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
The State of Ohio recalls Ty Grantham, case number TRC 23-1258 A and B.
Okay, Mr. Grantham is here on a OBI failure to appear for a review hearing. One thing you do have going for you, you came in on your own, right? What made you come in? How'd you find that out?
I got pulled over.
Oh, they didn't arrest you?
No, they didn't arrest me.
Okay, but they told you you got a warrant in Ohio? Which police agency?
Nitro PD.
Mike, that's where you live, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I'll just tell you, if you had got arrested and we're seeing you in jail, I'd probably give you some more jail time right now, but since you came in on your own, we'll give you another chance to fix this. So, you've got 5 days community service, $745 in fines and costs, and you also have to go to the 3-day school. I'm surprised, did you get your license back in West Virginia?
Yes. I did the school through a VA, through the VA. I just got.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I sent the certificate to my lawyer, but I just not here today, so.
All right, well, you need, I don't know if I can accept it, but at least file it. I don't have any proof that you went to a program, but you went to a program through the VA.
Yes, sir.
Okay, give me copies of that. Was that Spring Valley? Where'd you go?
Yes, Spring Valley, Huntington.
Yeah. Okay, we work with them quite a bit. They do a really good job. Okay, so I'm going to release you. You got to get out here and get your community service. When can you do some community service?
Can I do it in Charleston?
Yes. Yeah, a legitimate charitable organization.
Yes, sir.
Not for your grandmother or something like that. Okay? Something on letterhead, like the Salvation Army, Food Kitchen, something like that, where they'll write a letter saying that you were there and how many hours you were there.
Yes, sir.
Are you working?
Yes.
What do you do?
I work at a restaurant.
Which one?
First Place Cafe.
I don't know that. I used to go to Charleston quite a bit, but after COVID, I don't know. I just, the Bluegrass Kitchen, did you know that one that was up by the Capitol? That was one of my favorites. It went out of business in COVID. Well, Boston Dairy, that's out. It's been out for a long time. Lula's, Bridge Road Bistro, they just went out recently. You know where Bridge Road is? Okay. It's at the top of that hill. You do the Charleston distance run, you have to run up that hill. It's right at the top. Okay. And I'll let, if you do some stuff on this and do some work on it and pay something, I'll let you appear by teleconference. You don't have to come. You got a smartphone, I'm sure. You can get a link and appear by teleconference, as long as you're making progress. Okay, so let's see. I'm looking at the wrong month. We need to go to March. Okay. Oh my gosh, I've already said 33 review hearings for March 3rd, so it's not going to be that bad. March the 10th. March the 10th, so that's the second Monday in March. And you can check, you can call in, you can get online and check your case. There's a record search on the website.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Okay.
So just to verify.
March the 10th is your next hearing, 9 o'clock. Okay, and be released.
Have a good day.
You too.
State of Ohio recalls Michael W. Roswinski, case number CRB 24176.
Okay, this is a new one on me. I've got a letter here. And it looks like somebody just wrote it. It's not really letterhead. It's just something off the computer. Just for today, recorded. Kim's shaking her head, yes. You've heard
Yeah,
of it?
it's a newer place. I've taken stuff there a couple times.
Okay.
I know some names. It's David Nelson?
David Hill.
David Hill. I'm sorry.
And David Nelson.
Okay, I thought David Nelson was involved. It's over in South Point, not far from our storage unit, actually.
So what's your story on OVP? I sent you there and you didn't go, right?
I was living home with my mother and I was having problems and I wasn't ready. And then I went to hometown first, completed hometown, and now I'm with AFC.
How'd you get there?
I went from hometown to JFT.
Why?
Because I was done at hometown.
You'd finished at hometown? They never brought you in. They should have brought you in. Did they know you had a warrant?
No, probably not.
Okay. Well, I want you to do a urine screen today.
Okay.
Let's see what we got. Do a urine screen. Then, Belinda Fuller, I need to call that agency. I mean, you don't have to stick around for that. You can if you want to. See if they can. Oh, Sean said he was gonna try to come in by teleconference.
You know what? I had been talking to Sean earlier. He wanted to know what happened. And the last thing was, has she been called yet? And I was going to answer, yes, she's been called. But I told him that there was an effort to try to get her into the place in Columbus.
Okay.
So I will text him.
Your Honor? He's there. Yeah, I'm here. Okay. I've got, and I don't know anything about him, but I was just told there was a facility in Columbus that does more mental health and substance use. That came from Juanita from Thrive through talking with some of their folks that is willing to take her and they'll transport her, but I have to call them. I don't know if we can try to put you on a conference call with them if you want. Are you finished down there now or are you still tied up?
I just looked at Portland, Your Honor. I'm sorry about putting this on a Monday, but I knew that we wanted to do something with Belinda today. Judge Permine wasn't comfortable doing anything with her on Friday, so that's why we said that and put it today. I didn't have any information on this facility in Columbus.
I don't either. I was going to call them, but I was going to take a break and call them. If you want, I can put you in on a conference call if you want to call.
Yeah, Your Honor, can give you about 20, 25 minutes. I will be back with you.
Okay. Why don't you just text me when you're ready, and when you're ready, then I'll call that facility and we'll see what they say.
All right, I'm going to go and take a plea, and then I'll be done in a second.
Okay. All right.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And we may as well go ahead and do, what was that lady's name?
Jessica Young?
Yeah. She had, didn't she had something from here too, didn't she? Or
No.
nothing from
She's
here?
got a rule for it.
Okay. And they're gonna drop it.
They're going what?
They're just gonna drop the warrant.
Who said that?
I thought you did.
No. Well, I said this is Gary Sowers.
Oh, I thought you meant
No.
that Columbus wasn't gonna come get her.
Gary
Okay.
Sowers will not talk.
Okay.
She doesn't have, so you want me to call and have her up?
Yeah, we'll need to put her up and we'll need to give her that information and set some time frames. I thought you meant Columbus didn't want to come get her.
All right. Okay, I'm just taking this one out of the way. Okay, he pled guilty. I asked the trooper about the crash report.
Okay.
I need to see if there's any restitution. Don't think there is, but anyway, I contacted him and he said as soon as his crash report is approved, he will send it.
Apparently somebody wants to post a bond, but they don't want to do it.
State of Ohio versus Jessica M. Young, case number CRA 2559.
You discussed, he's going to come back with like specific things in that.
All right, Ms. Young, we're back on the record on your case. I received a communication from the bail bondsman that whoever it was that you referred him to does not want to post your bond here. They want you to come to Columbus and they'll post it up there. So it looks like you don't have a bond. Anybody's going to post bond for you here. That's what I was told.
Well, I didn't have a chance to talk to Cody, so I didn't know if maybe he didn't realize what's going on and whatnot.
Well, it's up to you. If you want to not waive the Rule 4 hearing, I can even appoint you a lawyer and put it on the docket for Friday.
I don't know, I'm trying to get back to Columbus as soon as possible. I got a kid at home and a dog at home.
Well, I'm not going to let you out on no R bond.
So, I understand that.
So, I can set a bond and I can give you time to post it, or I can just say you're not going to be able to post it. I'm not going to start the clock on Franklin County to come get you until I know you're not going to post a bond here.
Right.
So, from what it sounds like is the person you thought that was going to post bond for you is not going to post bond here. They don't want to post it twice. They want to wait till you get to Franklin County and then post bond for you. That's what I was told.
I don't know, I don't know if that's how that'll work or not. I don't know if I have to post bonding in Columbus or not. I don't know.
That's going to be up to Columbus.
Right, which I would be trying to talk to my lawyer. Is there any way that I can talk to Cody and then we can redo this? Because I don't know if he understands what's going on or not.
Yeah, I'll put it back on the docket for Friday.
Friday? I don't want to wait that long. I'd rather go to Columbus now.
Well, you're not really in control of that.
Right, I understand that, but I'm gonna have to miss a whole week of work and everything. Like, I can't afford to miss a whole week's work, and plus my kids at home and everything.
How old's your kid?
She's 4.
Who's watching her now?
They're probably the people at the house.
Who's that? Is that a relative? Do you have a relative there, or?
Well, I haven't been able to call anybody. They were supposed to get me some phone numbers on my phone the day I came, and nobody got them out. My phone's probably dead now.
Well, obviously you weren't with your child when you got arrested, because you got arrested
No, I was
down
down here working. We was down here working.
Who was watching your child while you were working?
My mom.
Okay. Well, here's your choices. I can set it for a hearing for Friday, and I can even appoint you a lawyer down here. I can go ahead and say you're not going to post bond and start the clock running on Franklin County, but I'm going to give them a week to come get you. Now, I don't know if they'll take a week, but I'm not going to say you got to get here by 3 o'clock today to pick her up. That's not going to happen.
Right.
So,
I understand that. I just didn't know if there was a way that I could call Cody, like explaining that they want, I think he thinks if I put on here, that I still gotta stay here, and I don't think he understands that I can turn myself in. I don't know.
I don't know who Cody is, so I'm not gonna speculate on what Cody knows or doesn't know.
Right, yeah, because I had a chance to talk to him ranking today.
Well, apparently the bail bondsman did, and he says he's not gonna post bond for you, so.
Okay, I don't know. My boyfriend's phone number's in my phone, he was supposed to get that for me the other day, never did, so I don't even know if my phone's still on or not. It was almost dead, and that's why I asked him to give me the number, and the lady said she was gonna get it, never did get it.
You don't know his number?
No, I don't know his actual phone number, no. I don't know anybody's phone numbers, my cell phone suck. Yeah, cell phone suck.
New world.
Yeah, I know. And they were going to get the numbers out for me, and they never did.
Okay, well, here's the deal. You gotta tell me what you wanna do. Do you want a lawyer here and have a hearing, or you want me just to tell Franklin County to start making their way down here to get you?
I would like to postpone. I don't have the other number that I can call. I don't know if they'll get it on their phone or not. I don't know if Cody really understands the whole situation or not. I don't know.
Okay, you're not giving me an answer, so I'm just gonna go ahead and set your case for Friday for...
No, I don't want to wait that long. I can't miss that much work. Just have them come get me.
Okay,
I guess, because I can't miss that much work, I can't miss that much work, or you can't afford to, I'm a single mother.
okay, I'm gonna say you can't postpone. Franklin County has until the 10th at 8 a.m. to pick you up.
Okay,
And I'm gonna put you on my docket for 2:10 at 10 a.m. in case you're still in the jail. Hopefully you won't be.
okay,
You should be in Franklin County by then if things go according to plan. So there's going to be a form sent down to the jail. For you to sign waiving your Rule 4 hearing.
okay,
I put a big X there where it needs to be signed.
okay.
All right, good luck.
All right, thank you.
When did I set him? March 3rd. We called him. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna be here. That's right. I'm gonna be here. Okay, so let's take a recess and I'll meet with.
Your Honor, just provide a rough there in the car, you want them to come in.
That'd be a good idea.
He is not in there.
You don't have to stick around.
Okay.
We just got the urine screen on